You are now listening to the hottest show in the world with Trelly Trail live on Trash Talk Alley. Turn it up!
Yo, what up? It's your girl, Trelly Trail. Aaliyah was called the princess of R&B. Her sultry vocals left a long-lasting mark on the music industry. Her untimely death at only 22 rocked the entertainment world. This is Aaliyah.
For those who have met Aaliyah, I know she's touched y'all just because of her spirit, the kind of spirit that she has. When she met people, she always left an imprint on them.
Aaliyah Dana was born in 1979 in Brooklyn, New York, and grew up in Detroit, Michigan. Her name in Arabic means the most exalted one. As a child, she performed in a church choir, weddings, and charity events, and toured with Gladys Knight, her aunt by marriage.
I got my deal at 12. My uncle is head of my label, The Background. He had a joint venture with Jive. I auditioned for Jive, and they signed me on the spot. God blessed me, and I worked hard, and that's how it happened.
At 12 years old, her uncle introduced her to R&B singer R. Kelly. After years of public scrutiny on their age differences and their relationship, it would later be revealed that R. Kelly illegally married his underage
Everybody
protege.
seems to think that y'all are either girlfriend or boyfriend or cousins.
Well, no, we're not related at all. No, we're not. We're just very close. He's my best friend.
Now, who found her?
In the whole wide world.
At age 15, she released her debut album, which was entitled Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. As she hit the music scene with her tomboy fashion, she made a big splash in the industry by challenging existing images of what a teen star should look like. While still in high school, Aaliyah toured promoting the album, which was an international success, charting in the U.S. and Canada.
I just made sure I had everything that a child has. I went to parties, I went to my prom. They kept me real when I came home, and then I went into my fantasy world when I went out and traveled and did videos and all of that.
Months later, Vibe magazine reported on a forged Illinois marriage license from August of 1994 between Aaliyah and Kelly, stating her age is 18 and his 27, though she was only 15 years old at the time. Neither publicly confirmed the marriage, and Kelly was later accused of sexual abuse of dozens of underage girls.
So what's the real deal with this R. Kelly thing going on?
Okay, everybody. Unfortunately, it's business. People are going to talk. I'm here to let all of you know that I am not married. I'm not Aaliyah Kelly. I'm Aaliyah.
In February of 1995, the marriage was annulled under pressure from her parents, and Kelly paid Aaliyah annulment for $100. The incident hurt, and it hurt her career, and she left her label struggling to find producers for her second album.
The different varieties on the album to showcase each part of my personality.
In 1996, at 17, Aaliyah released her second album, One in a Million. It was produced by Missy Elliott and Timbaland, who helped Aaliyah create that brand new hot sound with songs like 4-Page Letter and If Your Girl Only Knew. The next year, she graduated from high school. Shortly before her second album was certified double platinum.
A lot of doors for African-American women, young women. And at the time that she came out, I was going through a lot of self-esteem issues, and I kind of looked up to her. You know, she was definitely an inspiration.
In 1998, she became the youngest singer to perform at the Oscars with her rendition of Journey to the Past from the animated film Anastasia.
I get beautiful letters from all over the world, so I feel that I've been very blessed because people love my music, and that means a lot to me because, like I said, I aim to please them. So when I get that kind of love back, it means a lot.
That year, Aaliyah clinched her first Grammy nomination with Are You That Somebody?
Say yes or say no. got chart-topping hits. She's the star of Romeo Must Die. And please welcome Aaliyah.
At 20, she fulfilled a long-time dream with her big screen debut in Romeo Must Die alongside with Jet Li. And then the next year, she began filming The Queen of the Damned.
My heart, and I love acting as well. The acting, I get to explore a different side of myself. It can be very cathartic in a lot of ways. And same with music, so I don't want to abandon one for the other. I want to try to do both as long as I can.
She began dating Damon Dash, the co-founder of Rockefeller Records, in 2000. After several delays due to a hectic filming schedule, she finally released the third studio album, Aaliyah, in 2001.
From the first album to the second album to now. But, it's just, you feel me as a young adult this time around. And I'm happy about that because, I never want to do something that's so totally different that people are confused. They're like, okay, I know who this girl is. This is still the artist I loved back in 96, but she's older now, and that's cool.
1 month later, on August 25th of 2001, departing the Bahamas after filming the music video Rock the Boat, Aaliyah and 9 others were tragically killed when their plane crashed shortly after takeoff. Later, investigations revealed the plane was overloaded by 700 pounds and that the pilot had traces of cocaine and alcohol in his system. Hundreds of fans lined the streets of New York and beyond to bid her farewell.
Her life was her art. Her life was her work. Her music, her acting, everything. That was the most important thing to her. She talked about it to me all the time, and I have to be here to carry on that legacy and to keep it intact. Well, I'm here and have the strength to do this because she's giving me that strength.
In August of 2021, after years of legal wrangling between her estate and former label regarding the mainstream distribution of her full discography, guess what, y'all? We finally got all Aaliyah's music on all streaming services. I'm so excited.
Happy girl, I'm doing what I love. There's no feeling like waking up every day doing what you love and what you've dreamed to do since you were a little girl.
All right, everybody, and welcome to Trash Talk Alley. I'm your host, Charlie Trell, and today we have a Trash Talk Alley exclusive. We're going to unwrap the life and death of Aaliyah. We're going to dive into this thing starting from the very beginning. Who was Aaliyah? Like her parents. What was going on with her family? And just to let you guys know, in no form or fashion, am I trying to be rude or disrespectful to the dead. God bless Aaliyah, rest in peace. Her father passed away, I think, in 2012. Rest in peace, rest in heaven to him. But I want to talk about Diana Houghton. I feel like Aaliyah's mom had a lot of secrets and things that she's still not speaking about. So before Aaliyah became the Aaliyah that we all know, to love and respect, her mom was always pushing her to be, this superstar. And I remember seeing her on Star Search. I remember, I think she was 9 or 10 years old. Aaliyah told stories about how her mom would take pictures of her at 9 and 10 years old and saying that she had sex appeal. Let me see if I can find some clips. I feel like that is disturbing. We're just getting started. Here we go.
3 3/4
You were hot at 10 singing My Funny Valley?
Hot. You don't understand. Wow. I was hot.
I don't think you're supposed to be hot at 10, are you? Now let's look at this. Comfortable.
Yeah, I totally embrace it. Like I said, I was hot at 10.
Right.
Right? I had a little sex appeal working back then.
And what did your mom used to do?
My mother, when I was younger, we were getting me ready to, come out in the business. I was looking for agents, so she was taking pictures of me. And she said, yo, she's got this kind of sex appeal working. It comes through on the pictures and the camera.
So mom was taking pictures.
Who, y'all? That's a lot. That's a lot to unravel. That is a red flags all up and down the board for me. Just to know that she was taking pictures and, just letting her child know you have sex appeal at 10, that is a lot. And let's keep in mind, Diana's brother is Barry Hankerson, which is the owner of Black Brown Records at that time. Okay, so we also have to remember that Barry introduced Aaliyah to R. Kelly before she actually signed with her uncle's record label. So we got some shit to talk about. And if y'all can remember around that time when she first got introduced to Barry, R. Kelly came out with the song, She Got the Vibe. I want y'all to check out some of the lyrics from She's Got the Vibe. Hold on. Let me get these lyrics.
Hey, yo, R. Kelly, what's up, man? You been spending a lot of time with this girl. No, man, she just got the vibe.
Time to put these niggas on blast. What? All right, Aaliyah got it. Ooh, child. And keep in mind, at this time, Aaliyah was like 12 years old, okay? Y'all have to pay attention to the dates when these songs came out. 12 years old, and little cute Aaliyah's got it. It's been some weird shit that was going on from the beginning. I'm pretty sure her parents, they heard this song. And then Aaliyah clapped back with age ain't nothing but a number, throwing down ain't nothing but a thing. But remember, before that even came out, I think when Aaliyah was just 14, she did Your Body's Calling, the duet with R. Kelly. Y'all, let's listen to a little bit of these lyrics. This shit is crazy.
That you're horny. Tell me you want me, baby. It's calling you, so do what you gotta do. If I'm hungry, baby, do you wanna eat?
So y'all don't think that's disturbing? Like, she was such a little girl, and I know Cray is up here. We got Jay, Trap House, Jazzy, and we're not even there to the full of what I got to get into with this. These secret lyrics that Beyonce and Jay-Z had in their albums. We're not even to the point of, talking about her mama. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And y'all can talk like it ain't just about me up here talking. But I think Diana was foul. So I don't know what they had going on. It was even rumors that Diana was also sleeping with R. Kelly. Did any of y'all hear that? Y'all can put it in the chat. But I heard her mom was literally with him as well. Whew. So do y'all think her parents were pimping her out for money? Because I know they signed non-disclosure agreements.
I think her parents was doing the same thing these other girls' parents was doing. Honestly.
Like with R. Kelly, right? Like,
yeah, well, R. Kelly,
yeah, I believe that.
They was doing the same exact thing.
So this shit is crazy. And I know I'm not crazy.
Exactly what they were doing, truly.
They knew exactly what they were doing, and I think Aaliyah's mama knew too. Because if y'all go back, Google some pictures. Go to YouTube and just look at how Diana was just hugged up with all of the men, even Dame Dash. Y'all know that was her man's. It's her mama. She's on every picture. And I feel that taking pictures of a 10-year-old, telling your daughter she has sex appeal at 10 is a problem.
Yeah, for me, that's what had it for me, Trelly. I ain't gonna lie. The fact that I heard Aaliyah at the age of 10 in the clip that you played earlier saying that she calls herself hot. Where did she get that language
from? At 10, her mama.
Mom. You know what I'm saying? So why are you calling yourself hot? Why are you even giving that type of knowledge to your daughter at the age of 10, saying that, oh yeah, you can call yourself hot at the age of 10? That's sick, bro.
Yeah, that was a sick clip for me too. And she's been photographed for a very long time. 10 years old, telling your daughter she has sex appeal. That is a problem for me. So I don't know about y'all. That is a huge red flag. And I want to play a clip, and I know R. Kelly, we're going to start from the beginning, and we're going to take it all the way down to this crash. We're going to take it all the way to the conspiracies that I truly believe that she was sacrificed. And y'all can say I got the tinfoil hat on. I don't care. They killed Aaliyah. And we're going to talk about this supposed pill. I'm going to say it now. I think she was dead before she got on the plane, okay? Because the autopsy can only autopsy so much when you're burned to death. But we're going to get into that. I was like, hey, girl.
Hey, Shirley girl. How you doing, beautiful? I'm loving the story.
Yes. So let's get into, we have one of the girls. I'm going to play another clip for y'all that was literally, y'all know Dame Dash also went Surviving R. Kelly. He was a part of that documentary, as well as Lisa Van Allen. Lisa Van Allen had a lot to say. There are even people coming out saying they actually saw R. Kelly and Aaliyah having sex on a tour bus. And all this Uncle Barry with Black Ground Records. I got clips from one of Beyonce's songs, literally talking about this plane crash. Let's get into this clip with Lisa Van Allen. And welcome to Trash Talk Alley. Y'all share the room. And this is courtesy of Vlad TV. Thank you.
He's confiding in you at this point, and he's telling you about his own sexual abuse.
Yes.
Okay, so what kind of stuff did he tell you?
First thing he confided in me about was about his own sexual abuse. He told me that his sister molested him when they were children. She would make him put a pencil in her vagina, do oral on him. He would do oral on her, things like that. So that made me really comfortable with talking to him about what happened to me. You know, that was like the first initial thing that made us kind of bond. You know what I mean? So yeah, we dealt with that. He told me about him and Aaliyah. Their situation, they had a pact, pins and eyeballs. No matter what anyone said or if anyone stuck pins in their eyeballs, they would never tell about their relationship.
Okay, so what exactly did he tell you about his relationship with Aaliyah?
He told me that they were married, that she was pregnant, that they did doctor up the marriage certificate so she would say that she was 18 so they could get married. And the reason they got married was because they felt like if he was married to her and if he said he thought that she was 18, that he wouldn't be charged if someone found out she was pregnant until they were able to get the abortion and get it annulled.
Okay, because I'd always heard that rumor that R. Kelly married Aaliyah because he had gotten her pregnant.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. And this came out of his mouth. I could take a lie detector test to this. This is what he told me. Specifically told me.
I mean, you cleared out like literally a decades old rumor.
Right.
Like,
No, it's not a rumor.
Anyone actually.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So R. Kelly was having sex with her from like what age? 14, 15?
Honestly, I'm not really sure the age, but I definitely know when they got married, she was 15. So if she was pregnant, I mean, I'm imagining at least 14.
So R. Kelly gets Aaliyah pregnant. They try to get married with a fake age. It ultimately gets annulled. Aaliyah never talks about it.
Yeah, they stuck to their pact.
And I remember seeing an interview with Dame Dash, who had dated her, years later, right before she passed.
Yes.
And he even said that he had asked her about it once, and she said, "I don't want to talk about it." And that was the end of that. So, I mean, she stuck to that. Did you ask him at all why he was because he was probably 24, 25 at the time?
Kind of like in a conversation of just confiding in each other. But he did get a little more in depth with when her mother found out, and that her mother, he actually stayed at their home in Detroit, and her mother actually was sexually attracted to him as well. And he said when Aaliyah would go to sleep that he would, this is what he said, he would go in the living room and him and her would do sexual acts on the couch.
R. Kelly was having sex with Aaliyah and her mother at the same time? Not the exact same time, but
that's
the
what he
same
said.
Time frame?
That's what he says.
Oh, so maybe this is why Aaliyah's parents have never spoken out themselves.
Makes sense to me.
What do you guys feel about that? Because I feel like her mom knew all along what was going on. Like I said, at the end of the day, something was wrong with Aaliyah's mother. The father pretty much he stayed quiet. I didn't hear much from the dad. Rest in peace, because he did pass away. I felt like she was living her dreams through Aaliyah, and I feel like it caused a lot of harm with the relationship, putting her out there with R. Kelly. Where the fuck are these parents when shit like this happens? So you just don't know that they just spent the night with a nigga, or are they on tour? And she also said, I remember some clips saying that they were there on tour, with Aaliyah. And then I went back and listened to some stories, and no, they were not there. It was Aaliyah and R. Kelly. She was on tour without a parent. So that I blame some of them for this shit, y'all. That's just my opinion. And we about to get to part 2. I saw you unmute, but I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. So, Shirley, I had the pleasure of meeting her in Germany at my first duty station. And he actually had a concert going on in Frankfurt. She was in Vilsack. And she was she had her concert at a local nightclub there. Shirley, when I tell you, when I passed by her, at first I just passed by her. We was going into this barbecue spot. I said, "Oh, she looked familiar, but she is so small. Who is this little girl?" Because, she had none but security behind her, like 2 or 3 guys behind her and 2 or 3 guys in front of her. And she was like, "Hey, how you doing?" I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" So then after that, they was trying to get into the PX. And she couldn't get in without a military ID card. So me and my friends, we signed them in. And, that's how we got to meet her, just talk to her. Very young.
I want to ask you this opinionated. Did she have that it? Did she to you? Because looking at the videos, she had something about her. Even now at my age, going back and looking at her videos, she had something. She had some type of spark. She had that it thing, and I think that's what ran a lot of men crazy. Did she have that spark when you met her, like that it factor?
Well, what I enjoyed was just her personality.
Yes, that's what I call the it factor.
She was kind of like, she was kind of like Louisiana people, they'll talk to anybody. She would just talk to anybody, and it was just shocking that she was just, talking with us, hanging out with us. But I guess she was bored too, because it was her and like 4 guys.
Yeah,
So.
she was around a lot of guys, y'all. I looked at a lot of videos, and Lord, please forgive me. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. I'm gonna blame the mama, Diana, girl. And you know what, Diana? God bless you, because you lost your daughter, but it's a lot to talk about. Because I feel like her mom did a whole lot of, I don't know, and y'all signed some non-disclosures. Why would you sign that? I mean, of course, when you're in the industry, you do sign non-disclosures. We all understand that. You can't talk about upcoming this and that and that. But I think it was way more than that. Because we never heard the family, not even the brother, not the mother, nobody ever spoke out on what really happened to Aaliyah. But we're about to dive into it. I want to talk about the pilot who shouldn't have been flying planes, who was on cocaine and high at the time. We're going to talk about this extra heavy luggage. We're going to talk about Hype Williams. And Hype, why were you also around Left Eye when she died? Because y'all know I'm a conspiracy person, baby, and we about to talk about it. So if y'all out here sacrificing people for Hollywood, just say you sacrifice people for Hollywood. And because Beyonce sure did blow up. Hello?
That's a fact.
She blew up.
I think people be ignoring Jay-Z as well. Like,
oh, we gonna get into
Jay-Z
Jay-Z ass too. Yeah, Dame Dash had a lot to say about Jay-Z. Dame had a lot. And I truly believe that Dame Dash was truly hurt. He even said in an interview how hurt he was when he went on that show, Surviving R. Kelly. He was fucking hurt. Whatever Aaliyah told him that happened to her, that he will never say again, he'll tell y'all to go ask this person, go ask Hype what happened, go ask. Dame was hurt behind that, and he also had a lot of good things to say about Aaliyah. But Aaliyah was truly sacrificed. We're about to dive into segment 2, y'all. We're going to get into the plane crash and all my crazy theories and this dream that Aaliyah had. And Jaguar Wright, she keep it 100. That's why they tried to arrest my girl. Let me tell y'all something. When people come out with the truth, that's when they start fucking with you because, and I'm looking at her and fuck you, her, the truth. But that's when people really start fucking with you on a different level when that truth come out, especially about Hollywood. So we about to get into segment 2. I appreciate y'all for being up in this building. I got a lot to say. Aaliyah is near and dear to my heart. I remember where I was when I heard about the crash. If y'all remember and you don't want to speak, say it in the chat. You're welcome to come on stage and speak about it, but I was at work, literally. I was coming to relieve somebody at the radio station. I walk in. This nigga was in tears. I'm like, what? And when I got the news, I had to try to figure out a way to go, continue with my show at that time. So it was a lot for a lot of people. It was a lot to digest. But y'all gonna hear about it. Let's get into segment 2. Let's go. Yo, what's up? It is your girl, Trelly Trell, and we are live right now inside of Trash Talk Alley with an exclusive What Really Happened to Aaliyah. Make sure you check out the Trash Talk Alley podcast, now streaming on iHeartRadio, Apple, and Spotify. Make sure you join our exclusive YouTube at Trash Talk Alley. Keep it locked in. We got more dope content. We're going to dive a little deeper into what really happened to Aaliyah right here, live inside of Trash Talk Alley.
If you mad, just say that. Trelly Trail got this bit on live inside of Trash Talk Alley.
All right, y'all, welcome back. You see my link pin right there. Make sure you're checking out Trash Talk Alley live on iHeartRadio, baby. Trying to do my thing. Y'all know how it goes. If you're not on this app trying to do something positive, I don't know what you on here for. But we are definitely talking about what really happened to Aaliyah. Y'all heard segment 1, the whole R. Kelly thing, the whole Diana. I really truly believe her mother put her out there. Her mom exploited her to that older man, which I feel like her mother had a relationship with him as well. Y'all heard what that last clip said, and we only can just go by the facts of what we see and what we can hear and process. It was some slick shit that happened with Aaliyah. She was very talented, super talented, and everybody wanted a piece of what she had going on. Now, we finna get all up in this part 2. I want y'all to listen to a clip with Damon Dash, Jaguar Wright. I told y'all Jag ain't playing. She told y'all what it was. She didn't trust Jay-Z. And it's more clips when I have another story going on about Jay-Z. I'm going to play some more Jaguar Wright. But today, we're going to talk all about Aaliyah. They knew what was going on. Hype Williams is a fuck nigga. I said it. I think he had a lot to do with it. Switching up the flight information, the plane that he rejected from Lenny Kravitz, and for this plane to go down, it doesn't add up to me. We even got people that were, I'm gonna play clips from people on her squad who were on the other plane that actually made it through the storm. We're gonna hear what he has to say. Do you guys think, and I know y'all may not want to speak, but do you think Beyonce, and I ain't trying to be messy, but do y'all think Beyonce would be what and who she is now if Aaliyah hadn't passed away and made that little way for her? So we got a lot to unravel, a lot to talk about. We're even going to hear from one of the Paru brothers. I got some clips of him saying that what actually happened with her Uncle Barry, how much money he got. Ooh, welcome back to Trash Talk Alley. I'm your host, Trelly Trail. Ooh, child, we are in part 2 of what really happened to Aaliyah. This is a Trash Talk Alley exclusive. In this segment, we are going to see what Jaguar Wright thinks, because, baby, she had a whole lot of tea to spill. We want to see what Dame Dash, because he was so in love with that girl. And, of course, we all know that him and Jay-Z did fall out over Aaliyah, in case y'all missed the memo. And not to mention, Little Miss Beyonce shows a little bit of jealousy about the two of them. Boy, this is about to be a crazy segment. Segment 3, we're going to dive into dissecting what really happened during that plane crash, who was involved in it. It's about to get really crazy in here, y'all. Get some popcorn, and this is Aaliyah.
This is a world exclusive.
Hey, yo, turn it up.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was a girl that didn't want you.
Goddamn, Jaguar Wright. Here's what Dame Dash had to say.
And she was gonna do a record with Freeway. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna come down there, I'll check you, I'll bring the kids, make a vacation, work, the whole 9. So when we got there, Hype was making this video, and I was like, I know Hype. I just got off of Big Pimpin', where I had to cut the video, you know what I mean? Because he likes to spend bread. So I was like, he's gonna make you do another day. Don't do it. Trust me, it's just so he can spend money, And sure enough, she came home that day, and I had a big house. I rented this house, and she's like, I'm going to, there. And I was like, I just thought that it wasn't necessary. I knew that was gonna happen. And then when she actually saw the plane, she, we had the Blackberries, and she said, I don't like this plane. And I was like, well, don't get on it. And she was like, well, I got to.
Yes.
I got work to do. She got on the plane, and she always had a very serious fear of planes in general. So she had to overcome a fear to get on that plane on the way there. But what I was really more tight about was that I had heard that Lenny Kravitz had offered her a jet, and that Hype had took the jet. So that's what really pissed me off about the situation when I heard about that. So you could ask Hype about that.
That's what I said. Have you ever talked to Hype about it?
Yeah.
And how did that conversation go?
Ask him.
But I also am asking you.
Yeah, but ask him.
I feel like you had some things to say to him.
Because of my respect for Aaliyah and her family, her music is just coming out, but everyone's very respectful of her memory. No one really speaks on it, because that's the circle of people she had around her. So out of respect for her memory, I don't say a lot of things.
Tell me about that day. Where were you?
I was getting my hair cut, and I was waiting for her. So, she was trying to get back really quickly because we were trying to see each other. So she was like, I'm gonna get on the first thing smoking. And that day I waited in the house, and I was getting a haircut, and when they told me that there was a crash, it was her mom that told me, and they said they didn't find all the bodies yet, so they didn't know if she was still alive. But for me, I was like, so it's a wrap. So I hadn't finished my haircut, and I took all of her clothes out of my house and everything, and I went to go see her mom, because I just didn't want to be triggered. I was not embarrassed to cry about losing Aaliyah, and I'm still not. But I cried hard in front of people that thought I was weak. I mean, I still had to get myself together and fight, because there were things that were going on.
Y'all, that's so sad to me.
We actually have video of you. At her funeral, where you're very emotional.
Yeah, I told you.
Remember that day? I don't revisit it often.
because it hurts. So it's not like I visualize it, so much. I see pictures sometimes.
Yo, that's sad. I'm telling you. And you can hear it. What's up, Olivia? Y'all welcome to the room, Livy. Liv.
What's up, babe? You know we've been
missing.
This is the room right here.
This is the shit. So, Olivia, we both in our conspiracy theory type mode. They killed her. They sacrificed her, Olivia. And, people probably like, Charlie, you crazy as fuck. They killed that girl. Hype Williams did it for Beyonce. Aaliyah was killing it. Like, she was the baddest bitch.
Forget who else Aaliyah was dating around that time. Who is Beyonce?
Oh, Jay-Z, yeah, they went together.
Yes.
Girl, look, Livy, it was pictures. Y'all, I done dug up pictures, Livy. The way Jay-Z was squeezing Aaliyah, I know they had something going on.
They tried to keep it underneath the wraps, but they said that it was kind of like a back and forth between him and Damon Dash, but then eventually it was Damon at the end.
Oh, yeah. Look. The proof is in the pudding. Look, go look up all those old pictures, y'all. Go look up the pictures. Go look at those YouTube videos. Jay-Z was into Aaliyah. So was a lot of other niggas. And if you ever hear them speak about it, she just had this thing. She definitely had something. The girl had this charisma that was unmatched. Even me at this age going back and looking at her, just doing her interviews and the footage from Rock the Boat, when she would go back and look at the videos, how she would clown and play with the dancers and the makeup artists. She just had that thing. People loved her. They was, yes. Valerie, yes. They was in love with her. Timberland too, and Missy too. All of them.
And remember, Trelly, it was a rush that for them to go do that video. It came out of nowhere.
It did.
Usually her brother travels with her because there was so much in a rush. He couldn't even come with her. They didn't even know why they had to be rushed and why it didn't happen in Miami, why they had to go. It was just so much changes within that time. It just didn't make any sense. And it definitely raised a lot of eyebrows for people. Nobody understood why they had such a small plane. Nobody understood why they changed it from Miami to Bahamas. Why it was so fast that they decided to say, no, we got to shoot it right now. All of that was just... nothing's a coincidence.
So this is what I want to say, Olivia. So me doing my research before doing this room, I found it very strange that her Uncle Barry with Black Ground came up with some type of contract right before Hype Williams changed the location. They were already shooting in Miami. He changed it, of course, to the Bahamas, like you said. But her Uncle Barry had a contract saying if anything happened, basically, blah, 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 Black Ground Records are not responsible. And they signed this document days before they went to the Bahamas. This shit is weird to me. It's very fishy. So why did he need to come up with a contract, a document for them to sign before they went to the Bahamas, unless this is something they were already doing before each travel, each video shoot? Maybe that's what it was, but I just thought it was very weird that at the, right before that Bahamas trip, they would have to sign a new contract with.
I heard about that.
Yeah, girl, look, it's all over YouTube. Olivia, I have been so caught up in just watching videos about some of the stuff. Y'all got to be quick too. If you ever find any good content, some very Twilight Zone shit, go ahead and record it, because they take it down. Because it's one clip about Aaliyah's dream. That girl had a dream right before the crash, and she was on an interview. I think it was like a CBS interview, and she had a dream that she was flying. She was free. No one could touch her. No one could get her. Yes, you was flying on that airplane that they allowed this 700 pounds of weight that should not have been on that plane. And you know what else? Because, Livy, you think like me. I want to know. They gave her the sleeping pill because Aaliyah... allegedly, when she saw the weight of the plane, yes, and the size, Aaliyah was like, fuck that. I am not getting on this plane. Y'all have lost y'all everlasting mind. So she went back to the taxi, and when she went back to the taxi, someone on the team, which we still don't know who, gave her, quote unquote, a pill. This is my thing, Olivia. How do we know whatever she was given? Was she poisoned? Was Aaliyah expired before she actually got on this plane? Because it's only so much of an autopsy you can do on a person when you're cinched. So the only thing that came back from the autopsy is that she was burned and had head trauma, which of course your skull can show that. But what we cannot see is what was in her system
So you're saying that there was no toxicology?
You can't do that. With what? She was burned to death. You can see a skull. You can see burns, but you can't see that part that you just said, Olivia. So how do we know Aaliyah didn't perish before she literally got on that plane that she said she wasn't getting on? She called Dame. She said, I don't know about this plane. I'm
what
uncomfortable.
about the fake phone call that they said that they got from Damon Dash saying that she needed to hurry up, and he said that he never made a phone call saying that ever?
Wait, what is that part? Girl,
Yeah,
what
so
kind of
apparently she received a phone call. And you can hear Damon Dash talking about it. He said, I never called anyone to tell them anything. So supposedly she received a phone call, frantic, that he had gotten into some sort of accident. And then she wanted to hurry up and go.
Yeah, I heard that
when
too.
He was interviewed, right. And then when he was interviewed, he said, I never made a call. I never got into an accident. I don't know what that was about. I don't know who told her that, but I never made a call. Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Damn, Livy.
I'm telling you, listen, I've been on it since the very beginning. Aaliyah, I believe the whole Beyonce situation as well. If you don't realize it, there's a lot of females that was doing their thing around that time. Some of them were even messing with Jay-Z, and they're no longer around. You know, it's Queen B. Listen, I don't have nothing against the Queen Bee and everything, but let's not forget who else he was with, Blue Cantrell.
Yes, what happened to Blue?
That was dedicated to Jay-Z because he was playing her for Beyonce. And then Maya, he's still fucking with Maya, if y'all don't believe that. But Maya's on the back burner right now. And who's the star? Beyonce. So
Absolutely.
let's wake that up. And what about
they got rid of
106 in Park that they trying to say she got a secret child?
The baby, yeah.
Oh, free. They also got rid of A-Marie too.
Yeah, they
A-Marie
did get,
as well.
Yeah, A-Marie too. She was with Jay-Z as well. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, but A-Marie, that whole little crew, they're nowhere to be found. But I can tell y'all what? They killed Aaliyah. First of all, let's talk about this pilot. And let's also talk about why Hype Williams rejected. Did he reject the plane or did he take it for themselves with the other crew that wasn't flying back on the Cessna? Because he sent that plane to Aaliyah. Aaliyah did not get the plane that Lenny sent. What she got was that Cessna that was not even supposed to be a plane for people. It's just a plane for luggage. I'm trying to figure out why and how the fuck was this plane even allowed? How was this pilot even allowed? Who said, yes, we're going to take this pilot? Let's listen to the clip about the pilot because I want to know who okayed this shit.
Thank you.
Y'all killed Aaliyah.
They killed her.
Y'all killed her.
Whatever. Listen to the pilot.
Let's listen to the pilot's background. Let's go.
Aaliyah was only 22 years old when her life was cut short by the horrific 2001 plane crash. 2 weeks before the crash, Aaliyah's pilot, Luis Morales, had been on the wrong side of the law when he got arrested for possession of crack cocaine and got probation after a traffic stop on July 7th revealed traces of cocaine in his car. The autopsy further revealed traces of cocaine and alcohol. Shockingly, this pilot was not certified to fly the ill-fated plane. Luis Morales was on probation for theft charges in the same period. Similar criminal charges in November of the previous year included stealing pencils, pens, a cigarette lighter adapter, panel lights, and aircraft tools. He got 3-year probation with no adjudication, meaning that his record would have been cleared if he had completed probation. Luis Morales was often in trouble with the authorities and was on probation when flying this plane. Uncertified. The reports of the plane crash exposed that Luis Morales was not certified to fly the 10-seat Cessna. While he was a pilot, he was not certified to fly this specific plane safely. More shocking news revealed that the pilot was only trained for 3 weeks to fly this size of an aircraft before the fatal crash. This information was revealed to the public by colleagues who had trained him. Luis worked for Blackhawk International Airways and had been placed at the controls 2 days before the accident. 3 weeks before the accident, the 30-year-old had passed an FAA test for Golden Airlines and was only certified to fly the company's twin-engine plane that was much smaller than the 10-seat Cessna. The young pilot lied on his job application about having 3,000 and 4,000 hours worth of experience to get his Blackhawk job. Despite having passed his drug test and having a certification, Luis needed much more experience to fly the ill-fated plane. Before his fatal stunt at Golden Airlines, the young guy was known as a part-time pilot and was in between jobs. The investigations of the Aviation Authority revealed further that Luis had limited authorization of the plane, which made it impossible for him to legally fly the Cessna. Blackhawk added that it had a single pilot authorization and only one pilot could fly the plane for this company. Questions of why this person was nowhere near the plane when it crashed remained unanswered, and this brought scrutiny to the company for safety violations. What really caused the plane to crash? According to the autopsy report, the plane crashed due to too much baggage. According to investigations, the airplane came crashing on the runway a few minutes after takeoff. Evidence about improper loading or excessive weight kept mounting. Accident investigators think that the 300-pound bodyguard by the name of Scott Gallen, who passed on with 7 others in the plane, contributed to the loss of control and instability of the aircraft as it took off. The weight of the deceased, combined with luggage and other passengers, was speculated to cause the accident. However, all the blame was shifted to the pilot, who failed in his responsibility to keep his passengers safe by properly loading the airplane. According to eyewitnesses, the plane lifted off from Marsh Harbor, and within seconds, it swerved left and plunged. The law requires the pilot to calculate and balance the weight on a plane before takeoff. There were no reports of engine failure on the airplane after the investigation was closed. The Bahamian Department of Civil Aviation conducted a thorough investigation of the Cessna wreckage. They checked the engine and the cockpit to rule out engine or mechanical failure. When nothing came up, it was concluded that the crash was due to overloading. This was what was included in the autopsy report of Aaliyah Houghton. Thanks for watching.
This shit ain't adding up, y'all. Period. Do you understand me?
Yo, somebody asked something in the chat, and I want this is my opinion. I don't think that the pilot was paid off, and I don't think his family was paid off.
I don't either.
I believe that they got the most fucked up person that was probably gonna be high out of his fucking mind, that needed the dough, that they didn't really have to do much talking to because he was already stealing pencils,
what the fuck?
Crack and cocaine up in his car. So I think that they found the most least. What is it called? Is it the C word?
Responsible, compatible, whatever it is, we know what you're talking about. Okay,
exactly. Like I was trying to get the C word, but the most they try to get the least responsible person that would not pay attention to the luggage, that would not give a fuck because he was busy about getting paid and getting high, and that's what they did.
That's what they did. I believe that.
I think who got paid was the people that committed the sacrifice. Those are the people that got paid.
Yep. Absolutely.
I always believe that they just gave him a bunch of drugs and told him to do it.
You give it up. Exactly.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah, they found the bottom of the barrel to fly the plane.
There you go, y'all. It was right at the tip of my tongue. There you go.
Who benefited the most from her death?
Her Uncle Barry. Hey, Barry. Uncle Barry got $90 million from Black Ground. Okay, so if y'all don't know who her Uncle Barry is, isn't that her uncle by marriage? Her aunt is, oh shit, y'all.
Gladys Knight.
Gladys. So that's Gladys' husband. I'm just saying.
Husband. He also said he was an evil, evil man.
I got him too. Let me. So Barry, he went on with Dr. Oz. He had a long conversation. A few years had passed since Aaliyah has been gone. He did go on and tell, some of his story. But to me, all of this is some type of setup. And the gag is when I play pieces from certain Beyonce and Jay-Z songs that has those subliminal messages about all of this, it's going to blow you away. Some of y'all probably don't believe. I know my girl. Look, we on the same page. Olivia gonna believe me, but y'all ain't gonna believe it. I believe it. Olivia knows the Hollywood industry is an evil industry. I do believe there are sacrifices made. There are gonna be some rooms coming up about, I ain't gonna say, but it's a lot of them who has lost families all at one time who just blew up after that. So I don't know who y'all praying to, but I know who I pray to. It's some evil shit going on. I want to play a clip. Let me see which one I'm going to give to y'all next because they definitely killed her. We're going to play a clip from Yola. I think he is Paru. He had a lot to say. He was literally with Barry Hankerson when Aaliyah passed. We're going to hear from him. We're also going to listen to some lyrics from Beyonce's song, I'm a Diva. She literally talks about this shit. Can I play the song right quick, Olivia?
Yes, please.
And then what we're going to do is I have one of my favorite people from YouTube is going to dissect and break down the song and let y'all know the shady parts in the song. But I'm going to let y'all listen to a little snippet. Hang on, let me pull it up. Give me a second. To Diva. Some of y'all probably...
Let's make it very clear. If Aaliyah was still alive, she would be the queen, respectfully.
If Aaliyah was still alive, Beyonce would not be as...
Where she is.
As,
nope.
Let me see. As visible. What am I trying? She will still be Beyonce, I believe.
Would Jay-Z be with Beyonce, you think?
Would Jay-Z be with Beyonce? Wow.
Or be with Aaliyah?
I think he would have been with Aaliyah.
I think
Aaliyah
Dame Dash would still be with Aaliyah.
Right.
They were in love. Dame loved that girl.
It was like a battle between that. They both wanted her, but she ended up picking Damon Dash at the end.
Yeah, I think.
But I don't think that Beyonce will still be Beyonce, but how people praise her like she's God, I don't think that.
I don't either. That part. Yeah, no. So let me see. All right, y'all, check out some of these lyrics from Diva. And then we're going to dive into the dissection of the song, because y'all know I like to keep it a fact. I like to keep it a buck. She was definitely killed for clout in Hollywood. Let's go.
The content guys are live in the building, so bow down and stay down in Trash Talk Alley.
Y'all go ahead and share the room. Welcome to Trash Talk Alley. Exclusive. What really happened to Aaliyah? Let's go.
Stop the track. Let me say facts. I told you give me a minute and I'll be right back. 50 million around the world and they said that I couldn't get it. I done got so sick and filthy with binges I can't spin. How you gonna be talking shit? You act like I just got a pity. Been the number one diva in this game for a minute. I know you read the paper, the one that they call a queen. Every radio around the world know me 'cause that's where I be. I'm not a diva. I'm not a diva. When he pull up, wanna pop my hood up. Bet he better have a six-pack in the cooler. Getting money, divas getting money. If you ain't getting money, then you ain't got nothing for me. Tell me something. Where your boss at? When my ladies up in here, they like to talk back. I wanna see ya. I like to meet ya. What you said? She ain't no diva. Is a female version of a hustler.
All right. We're going to go ahead and cut it off right there because I think the shady part has already passed. Damn, y'all. Let's get into this YouTuber who broke it all the way down for us. The lyrics to Diva. I do believe Hype Williams had a lot to do with it. No one has heard from Hype. Yes, we have, though. I'm a freak y'all the fuck out when I tell you what he's up to. But when Aaliyah was killed in a plane crash, wasn't no Hype Williams nowhere to be found, okay? But let's get into this content with my friend from YouTube that's going to break down the lyrics from Diva. Let's go, y'all.
Diva song. So she brought up some very good points within this verse in Beyonce's song, and it is kind of questionable. I never thought to look into it when I heard it, but here it says, since 15 in my stilettos, been strutting in this game, what's your age? Was the question they asked when I hit the stage. I'm a diva, best believer. You see how she getting paid. She ain't calling him to greet her. Don't need him, her bed's made. All my ladies get it done. I see you, I do the same. Take it to another level. No passengers on my plane. So the first lyric is, what's your age, was the question they asked when I hit the stage. So doesn't that kind of sound like when Aaliyah was always questioned about her age back in 1994, 1995? So that's one thing that stands out. I don't know if it stands out to the rest of you, but this is kind of a resemblance to when they questioned Aaliyah about her being young and her age. So, yeah. So, of course, you know, the lyrics are not going to be, you know, spot on with what happened with Aaliyah. But this next lyric right here is the second lyric, and it says, she ain't calling him to greet her, don't need him, her bed's made. So it kind of sounds like she's talking about her deathbed. I don't know, I could be reaching with this one or with all of this, but I just wanted to point this out because, like I said, Beyonce was trying to get to the top, and she would take down any artist who got in her way, and Aaliyah just happened to be one of those artists. And this song does kind of sound like it could have been towards Aaliyah. It's called Diva, and she's talking about how this other female is not a diva and how she's in fact the number one diva in the game. And do you guys
hold on, y'all? Listen to Jay-Z.
said,
Listen to Jay-Z song though when it come up.
What's up? This is Beyonce on the red carpet with one of the hottest female artists out here. One of the hottest.
LMAO. So let's be honest. Aaliyah was probably the only hottest artist out in her genre or whatever. And Beyonce made it, you know, a point to say one of the hottest. And I just want you guys to look at Aaliyah's facial expression when Beyonce said that.
One of the hottest.
Aaliyah knew that Beyonce was just a snake. She didn't really cherish their friendship, and it was definitely quite obvious in this interview. But anyways, this lyric right here just doesn't sit right, given the fact that she did have some tension between Aaliyah, whether people want to believe it or not. But yeah, her bed is made. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Now, last but not least, the last lyric
Listen, y'all,
reads,
listen.
take it to another level, no passengers on my plane. So Beyonce has this fetish with airplanes. In one of her songs, she had an airplane rolling down her leg. And then you had Jay-Z, you know, supposedly throwing shade towards Aaliyah.
Make sure the plane you on is bigger than your carry-on baggage.
Yo, what?
So that'll be all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed.
So you telling me make sure your plane isn't your carry-on luggage? Come on, y'all.
Yo, listen, I just want to make something very clear because I'm reading some stuff and, you know, I love to read the chat because they be on it sometimes and, you know, they have some questions. So let's make something very clear. Aaliyah and Beyonce were not on the same level. You're right. Aaliyah was higher. Aaliyah was solo doing her own thing by herself. Beyonce was in a group, Destiny's Child. You can even see interviews with Destiny's Child where Beyonce would get annoyed if other people had got more attention than her within the group. So you can see interviews where people say that Beyonce wanted to be the main person. She wanted to be the star. The main goal was for her to become solo. Aaliyah died in 2001. Beyonce became solo in 2003. End of story. End of story. So no, she was not she was not on the same level as Aaliyah. Right, she was beneath her. She became solo 2003.
Right,
Aaliyah
that's a
died
fact.
in 2001.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So wake it up then, Livy Liv, since we in the building with that. I question a lot with Hype Williams. I'm sorry, you guys. And Hype, y'all know he vanished. He was gone a long time after that shit. Like, I'm like, where the fuck is Hype? Where's Hype Williams? Hype never spoke on it. He didn't have much to say. My bad, y'all. I gotta call. Y'all start calling my phone. Hype Williams said nothing about the incident. Okay. He's the one that switched the plane. He's the one that, made the other arrangements. And there is one person, his name is Kevin Taylor. Kevin was on the other plane, I guess the same one that Hype and Barry Hankerson was on, who didn't perish. They had their own separate plane that they went on to the Bahamas. And he literally told the story of how quick they got the news about the plane switch. And it ain't over, y'all. I got so much shit. Look, when I tell you, Livy, I have been dissecting and looking at videos. It's even a book. I'm going to tell y'all the book. I can't think of it right now. If anybody knows the actual book that someone wrote about Aaliyah, you can put it in the chat. But
exactly, Bolo. She made that song you're talking about when she became solo. She became solo in 2003, and Aaliyah was dead in 2001. So I don't know what your point is. If you don't believe,
if you don't believe me, just watch
or remove yourself. That's all.
What you said, Barry?
The guy that got 90 million.
That's our uncle.
I'm trying to nobody from insurance.
This is the thing. I think it was some type of thing through the record company. They didn't make it clear on how he got the $90 million. I can play a clip with, let me find it really quick. I think his name is Ayatollah something. All I know is he's Pyru. He was with Barry Hankerson. He talked about the $90 million. It is a fact. He did get $90 million. I'm not sure if he did split that. I'm sure he gave Aaliyah's mom and dad some of that money. I am sure of that. Like I said, I don't know, Barry, if you were in the room, but it was a document. It was a contract or some type of agreement that they signed. They had to sign before they went to the Bahamas, saying that Black Ground Records is not liable for anything that may happen, which is strange. Why do y'all need this document before that trip, as if y'all knew something was going down? Let me play a little clip. Let me see which one I want to play for y'all. Y'all can talk if you want to, but I got to break this shit down step by step.
90 million?
Yes, $90 million. Hold on. Here we go.
So the rumor mill, like after Biggie died, Puffy's still on the top, huh?
Puffy didn't slow down.
Got bigger.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? After Whitney died, Clive Davis still on top.
Yeah.
Preach.
When Aaliyah dies, I was with Barry when Aaliyah died for a wrongful death. He got paid $90 million for her.
Say
death.
what? Hello?
Say it on TV. Sue me. I ain't got nothing. I was with him on the negotiations.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Black Ground Records. He's married to Gladys Knight.
Wow.
So he had Timberland, Genuine.
They killed her, y'all.
Timberland, Genuine, Missy Elliott, and Aaliyah is his niece. You know.
Oh wow.
Aaliyah's his
and
niece.
90 million back
so
then
he got
like,
a settlement for $90 million
million
for her death.
Was that just for his rights or whatever he owned?
What she would have been able to make if she hadn't have died.
Oh, okay. There was a lot of lawsuits.
I guess,
okay.
But that was the settlement. I wasn't in. I was there when.
It's unclear, y'all.
We went over to he got $90 million. He wouldn't stayed at the La Matage Hotel. We ate good.
Y'all know y'all did eat good. So y'all don't think that's strange? I'm sorry. Just call me what you want. I think this was all a setup. Aaliyah was definitely, it was a wrongful death. It was some clout involved. It was some dirty ass Hollywood scandals that went on with this situation. Lulu said it was the insurance. Yep, I see that. I see y'all. Yeah. Insurance, whatever it was, she was taken out for the benefit of others. Whether it was Beyonce and Jay-Z, which I'm a true believer of that sacrifice shit. Call me crazy. Call me what you may. But it happens all the time. And don't let me get Kanye. Let me call Kanye like I got his number. He'll probably let me hold on. Let me see if I get Kanye on the jack.
But you want to know what killed me about the whole Kanye thing? Because he thought he was slick by admitting that they be, sacrificing and that they sacrifice his mom. But Kanye, anybody that knows anything knows that they need to get your permission and you have to know what the fuck is going on. So it's like he said half the truth, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer Hudson know what the fuck was going on. We're going to talk about her too in another series. They killed Aaliyah. She was the hottest thing happening. It is no reason a drunk and high pilot who didn't have authority to fly should lift them off into the air on a plane that was literally meant just for luggage, which was 700 pounds overweight, fly Aaliyah up into the air and think that everything was hunky-dory. I truly believe whatever that pill was, she was dead before she got on the plane. Because literally, if y'all look at the content, the information that's out there, even the news articles, they literally carried her unconsciously on a plane that she said she wasn't getting on. But then somebody gets $90 million and no one knows where the fuck Hype Williams is anymore. Do y'all want me to tell you where Hype was? Hype was chilling. Hype Williams and Beyonce were in cahoots. I don't care what no one says. Would y'all like me to play a clip on Hype Williams?
Go ahead, baby.
I got all the content.
You are now listening to the hottest show in the world with Trelly Trail Live on Trash Talk Alley. Turn it up!
My favorite person to work with artistically, in case anybody cared, is Beyonce, and I explain to you why.
Hold on.
The reason I say Beyonce, obviously because of who she is, but more so, she just works harder than me. At the time, I didn't understand that. I never met an artist run circles around me in terms of her work ethic. I'm used to dealing with guys who I have to force to do stuff. And she was the opposite. She was a young, driven is not even the word. So she inspires me that way.
So just for future reference, how difficult is it to coordinate a night beach shoot with the two most famous people in the world who are also intensely private?
Well, I'm going to tell you guys a fun fact. From start to finish, first shot to call a wrap, we shot this entire video in 3 hours.
So I'm going to just pause it right there. I don't care. The fact of the matter is, Hype Williams, who changed Aaliyah's flights to take her to the Bahamas when you guys were already recording in Miami, who rejected the plane that Lenny Kravitz was going to send to her to get her home safely. Now you're working with Beyonce. Make that make sense to me. It does not make sense. He produced and was all a part of Drunk in Love, the video shoot. So if you guys are not really picking up the pieces here, I don't know what to tell y'all. All of this conspiracy stuff, I truly believe it. Y'all know that plane was too heavy. Hype knew that plane was too heavy. Aaliyah had nightmares. I'm going to get the book for you guys because she does speak about a nightmare that she have about flying away in the air and feeling free and no one could ever bother her again. This was the moment she was talking about. But Hype Williams is currently working and still working with Beyonce, okay?
Hello?
And let's not mention, because I don't know if you were in the room, Olivia, he also was with Left Eye at her demise. So let me find out, Hype Williams, that you are the Grand Reaper of Hollywood.
Oh, that's, Left Eye's a whole nother room, baby. Woo.
Some of y'all are the Grand Reapers of Hollywood. I think Hype Williams is definitely one of them. And this is just how I feel.
You might be right on that one. Yeah.
Hello?
To a lot of artists.
Tell y'all nothing in life is a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
Nothing in life is a coincidence. Nothing. If you believe
Hype
it
is
is a
connected.
coincidence, you're sadly mistaken.
Go ahead.
Hype is connected to a lot of artists that supposedly have put hits out on other people. And
Absolutely.
Olivia, you know another one I'm talking about too.
Wait, who?
Drake.
Oh, shit!
I just texted Listen, Trelly, we got to do that room. I just text Trelly and said that we have to do what really happened to XXX Tentacion.
Oh, I got you. I just got your text.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, mentioning Drake, yeah.
Hold on, not too much on Drizzy, but don't put that on Drizzy now. Don't put that on this guy.
Yachty.
I don't know, Yachty. It's just...
Yachty, this might
What's
not
up,
be
Lata?
because it's going to always be on Drake. Period. Yeah. Yeah. This might not be the room for you, baby. You know I love you.
I'm gonna defend Drake every time.
Yeah, you could defend Drake, but it'd be a lot of shit that go on in Hollywood. Y'all, I just played the clips. I gave y'all the content. I was telling y'all, how I feel about it. I told y'all that I think Aaliyah, everything that happened to her was fucked up from the beginning with Diana, with her mama. Barry, do you know Diana was with R. Kelly too? They was humping around. You know what I mean? Whoever's new in the room, I'm going to just say it like this. Aaliyah didn't deserve what she got. It was some fuck shit going on. I want to play a clip from Kevin Taylor, who was one of the ones who happened to be on the other plane, not the one that crashed. The Cessna, the one that was only supposed to just carry luggage. The one with the pilot who was on cocaine and alcohol, that plane. Let's listen to Kevin Taylor tell us about how quick, those travel arrangements got switched up. Welcome to Trash Talk Alley. Let's go.
Good morning. You were supposed to be on this plane, weren't you?
Yeah, I was indeed. Gina Smith, who also perished in the flight, had come to me while we were still in Miami the night before, and they made some pretty quick travel reassignments, and they had asked that my crew and I, who were supposed to be on the charter, take a commercial flight. And since, the video had nothing to do with the transport, I said, okay. And of course, that wasn't an issue. And even coming back, it wasn't an issue. It was just a matter of schedule changes.
Mr. Taylor, supposedly they had a larger plane booked. Do you have any idea why they switched?
No, I've heard that they had the larger plane booked for Sunday, and that understandably Aaliyah and her family, and that's what I will call them, wanted to get back sooner. I could understand. As much as people, the Bahamas and the glamour, it was very tiring.
They wanted out.
I've heard reports that she was up as early as 4:30. Aaliyah was up at 3, and so by the time noon arrived, she was exhausted.
Are you aware of any argument that may have happened supposedly between a member of her entourage and the pilot?
The speculation of that is still it's unsettling and makes no sense to me, because the pilot would instantly put his own life in jeopardy. It's not as if a secondary pilot suggested that the plane go up. Why? I mean, so
you're not aware of any excess luggage problems or anything else?
I can't imagine that. I know they were traveling heavy, because that's the reason we weren't on the charter, but too heavy for the flight is not a speculation that I would even dare to take on.
Yeah.
Y'all, that's a lot to take in. Shouts out to him, because I know that to this day, that's probably still disturbing. They killed Aaliyah. That is always going to be how I feel. Y'all have heard the content.
Hey, Trelly, in your research, did you come across a link between, Aaliyah did that movie, Queen of the Damned?
Yes.
Did you, because at the time, I've read some theories that she was killed because of that movie, because of the role she performed in that movie. Did you come across anything like that in your research?
Okay, so what I came across, Lulu, in my research, not necessarily that, she was bothered because of it, but I did hear some dark stuff that came out of Aaliyah's mouth. She was in costume and she was in an interview. I'm going to see if I can find it for you guys. And she was speaking like, oh, I love the dark side. This is where I love to be. I love vampires. I want to be on the dark side. That is the only content that I found surrounded around that movie, Queen of the Damned. But I didn't see, anything else other than her speaking about her loving being in the dark side, and she conjured up some demons. Maybe so.
I always wanted to kind of find something with that movie to find, because it was a dark movie and I actually liked it. But then I also realized she was only in 15 minutes of the movie.
She wasn't really in the movie at all. But she talked about
it. Only her voice was in the movie.
Yeah, but she spoke on it. She said she loved her dark side. That came from Aaliyah herself. She spoke on that movie for sure. She didn't speak much on the movie with Jet Li. What was that movie, y'all?
Romeo Must Die.
Yeah.
That's my movie.
Yeah, Romeo Must Die. She didn't say much, but she definitely spoke on Queen of the Damned a lot.
She was talking about breaking out into movies. She was talking about even creating her own little label. Y'all gotta think. Listen. They're worth way more dead than they are alive. And insurance is definitely put on all artists, especially the rappers. But the fact that contract was
that contract is crazy, right?
Right before she died.
Yeah.
I think even extra funds. Did you get that the extra funds was put on something? Listen. She was killed, y'all. I love Aaliyah. I loved her so much. You get what I'm saying? Growing up, I was born in 91. She was popping in 95. You get what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
I grew up with listening to Aaliyah. So when she passed, when Left Eye passed, it was the same year of 9/11. So I'm going to keep it real, Trelly. The same year of 9/11, right? So
yeah, it was, like, girl, it was like weeks before that.
It was weeks before, because she died August 22nd, 2001, and then 9/11 happened in September, right after that. And I wasn't diving into like the music industry like this, so it was just more so saddening for me. It was when I turned 18 and I started diving down the 9/11 situation, and then I opened up the Aaliyah situation. I realized, like, yo, we live in this is the matrix we live in, and we live in a very wicked world. And when the devil told God that he was going to get his kids to disobey him, and he said, watch and see. We watching and we seeing.
Yeah, we are. And the shit that you just said is really real about Aaliyah. It was so much. Just the evil that was going on. Y'all may not believe it, but you know what, Olivia, me and you believe it, and we know what it is, okay? And if y'all are just getting in the room, welcome to the room. We are just dissecting the whole thing with Aaliyah. I truly believe Aaliyah was sacrificed. I can go ahead and play Barry Hankerman's response.
Can I ask a question real quick,
Charlie? Yeah, go ahead, Yachty. Yada. I had to do it.
So you said that she spoke on Queen of the Damned a lot, and she said that she loved her dark side. But that was a lifestyle that she chose. Like,
right, yeah.
Can you say that, like, they killed her? Like, is it their fault?
I absolutely can say they.
That was going to be my next question.
I absolutely can say they.
She knew? Hold on.
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish.
Yeah, because when someone embraces the dark side, go ahead.
Olivia ready to jump on.
Go ahead, Yachty.
So listen, you don't think that she knew the consequences of the lifestyle that she chose to partake in? Like, she knew. And when you say that she talked about the Queen of the Damned a lot, and she talked about the dark side, she knew what it entailed. Like, so we can't cry and be upset that they killed her, quote unquote, if they did.
And because he brought up a good point. Because
I want to know too. You're gonna say Olivia too. Don't forget.
My question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Trouble.
He brought up a good. Thank you, Trevor. He brought up a good point, because my question was gonna be, like, when people like delve into that lifestyle or delve down that dark path, or what if we call it dark, right? There's consequences to that. I guess I would say, like, the devil, right? He's gonna come for his own. He wants what's his, right? So it's like, did she kind of bring about her own demise in a way by falling into that lifestyle, into that, what we call nowadays it's kind of like more in the forefront, the Illuminati, the occult, that dark mysticism, that whole lifestyle. You know what I mean? That's my question.
Can I
like,
respond?
do you think she brought about her own demise? Yeah.
Yeah. So, great question from the both of you. Even though it seemed like I was about to jump on you, I'm glad to let y'all finish. Good question, because y'all not the first to even ask something like that. The fact that it mattered, Charlie, I don't know if you know, but when people go into these situations, there's going to be a sacrificer, sacrificee. Don't know if that's a word, but you guys know what the fuck I mean, right? 9 times out of 10, and I think 10 out of 10, everybody knows what role they play. You get what I'm saying? And that's just a fact. In this secret society is not called the Illuminati. They like to put that name on it, but to be illuminated is to be light, to have light. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I don't want to get that confused. It's a way to, like, get people to understand what you're talking about. But as of now, it's the secret society. You have to know. So one thing about Aaliyah, though, is that she was in this shit since she was a kid. And then there's the parents. You get what I'm saying? And then, so just like Michael Jackson. So they are the ones that allowed her, to go ahead and pursue her career in the music industry, and did have say over certain things. She was way famous and way well into the industry by the time she died. Even if she did know, which I believe that she did know, that it was coming, she didn't know when or how, which makes more sense to why her brother didn't come with her this time, which makes more sense to as why she may have been drugged. Even if that doesn't make it right. So for me, I don't know what is for me, but I have a conviction to talk about this. And I do feel like us as a people, we do get consumed, and the frequency fucks with a lot of people, and a lot of people don't have their own mind. So if there's a voice like me and Trelly that can open people's mind to not fall into like certain frequencies in the music, and not to really just understand the truth, because you need to know a man without truth is a fool. You get what I'm saying? I think that's what's more important, to have this conversation. I feel bad because she was a woman and she was a child coming into this. And I don't believe this is something that she would have wanted if she had a choice. But, there's only one way out, and the devil's always going to come to collect for his souls. And that's
Preach, Livy.
There's nothing you're going to do there's nothing you can do about it. You get what I'm saying? So people sell their souls all the time. You don't have to be in the music industry. Let's make that very clear, probably in this society. You get what I'm saying? There's things that they have to do. There's people dying around them. There's secret societies. There's these sororities. Looking to sororities. Those are secret societies, and they got to do a lot of shit. A lot of weird shit.
Facts.
Alpha, mega A's or whatever. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Selling your soul. So there's different type of ways. I've seen people sell their soul to Instagram posts the other day when they asked them, would you choose 5 minutes with Jesus or $5 million? And damn near the 95% people said that they was going to pick the $5 million. Y'all going to hell. You get what I'm saying? So y'all niggas sell y'all soul every day, but I just want to give
Preach,
the light.
Livy.
I just want to give the light. You get what I'm saying? Like, allow me to tell you what's really out there. You could believe it or not. Do your own research. That's what I did since I was 18. I'm 31. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think I'm crazy. You get what I'm saying? Shit is real. You see it every day. So that's my thought process with this. I love Aaliyah. I don't think this would have been her choice if she came in it as an adult, but she came in as a kid. And yes, they always know. They don't know when, they don't know how. Sometimes they do know. And it just is what it is. I hope that wasn't, you was able to understand what I was saying, and it wasn't too long.
No, Livy, you good, shit. Look at them prayer hands going up, shit.
That nigga Ricky Smiley sacrificed his son.
Let me tell you something, Vax. Don't get me started, because
Listen,
I be believing that shit. I be believing that shit, Vax. Don't get me started. Don't do me.
He tried to sacrifice his daughter on her 32nd birthday. That shit didn't pan out. So then he sacrificed his son. His son just died. You know he an Omega anyway.
I know that.
He did that shit for his fraternity. Like shit, bruh. All these people in Hollywood. I mean, I live in Cali, bruh. I be around this shit, bruh. That's why I moved here, to prove people that bro, this shit is real, bro. These people think the music industry is just, these people are famous. They just get fame and notoriety. Like, nigga, please.
Yeah.
First of all, they sell you the dream of nepotism. Most people don't know that nepotism is just a false reality of you thinking that you're just going to make it in the music industry. Why would they fucking put you on a person that they don't know when they could put on their own family members? That's what these people don't understand. Most of that shit, most of these factions, the NFL, the NBA, the music industry, TV, all of that is all bloodline shit. Blood in, blood out. They not putting on people that they don't fucking know. Aaliyah did not even want to take the fucking oath, but Aaliyah was sold into the music industry by her parents. They sold her ass to R. Kelly for the rights to his first 3 albums. But Aaliyah's family know that they did that. That's why they quiet, because they reaping the benefits of this shit. R. Kelly got caught up because later in life, R. Kelly had to do his own sacrifices a couple years ago. But he didn't want to take the oath. That's why, do y'all remember his article? That article came out about his house being ransacked, all his plaques being stolen. That was them letting them know.
Yeah.
If you ain't take the oath, now look at what he's going through.
The
he's
warning.
Going through a humiliation ritual.
Yep.
Even though they let the nigga do what he
The
do.
warning. Come on, Vax.
They let the nigga do what he do because it's the music industry. Yo, all these just like they say, when they sign these contracts have a death date. They don't exactly know the death date, but they know that they're gonna die. That's the thing. But they're giving all these riches, this fame and notoriety, and all these drugs, it just clouds their judgment. So they just like, well, shit, I'm going to die anyway. It is what it is. These dudes do got to sacrifice family members. You think, and they're not going to take that. They're not going to take just a random family member that you don't care about. They want somebody that you know you care about. I want that person right there, because that's how I know you're pledging allegiance and keeping your mouth closed. That's why these people wear sunglasses. They can't look in the camera. They can't look in the mirror after what they did. Jeff Hudson really sacrificed her family. The baby really sacrificed his dad and wore a Kirk chain around his neck like it don't matter.
Come on, Vex.
These motherfuckers know exactly what they doing, but Jay-Z said it in an interview. He said niggas is brainless to unnecessarily go through these changes. That's why they go and get the young kid in the ghetto that never had no good food, that never had no real money. Now, but he got a hit song that they know could sway the minds of the children and everybody else with the machine behind them. So of course they're gonna offer him $20 million up front. He don't know what a 360 deal is. He don't got no real management. So they gonna give him these things right up front, and then they gonna hit him on the back end. They're going to be like, okay, come to these parties. If you don't take drugs at the parties, they're going to send a bitch over there.
There you go.
If you paying attention to the bitch, then she going to cap you up. They're going to prick you with the same needle that they pricked Bob Marley with and killed his ass. But they going to make your ass go unconscious. They going to rape you, butt fuck you. They going to rape you, butt fuck you, have you on camera. Then after you come to your butt and your anus going to be hurting, your dick going to be hurting. Then you going to be like, what happened to me? They're going to be like, well, sign this contract. You be like, no. They're going to be
Wake
like,
that shit up, Vex.
They're going to be like, show him what the fuck he did. They're going to have 10 niggas G'ing you, coming out along with you, making you a bukkake. Now you got to do this shit. Because if your family find out this shit, your friends, everybody, they're going to be like, oh, nah, this nigga gay. Truth be told,
like
they don't be
Clubhouse to
gay.
me.
They don't be gay. They just be forced into taking the fucking oath. So I'm trying to tell y'all, as a nigga who live in this shit, my family grew up in the music industry
So wait, because you broke up. So you said that the gospel industry is way worse than the regular music industry because you was breaking up.
Yeah.
Okay.
The gospel industry is worse because they hide behind.
I believe that.
They hide behind the monikers of Jesus and God. All them niggas is gay. All them niggas is gay. Donnie McClurkin literally came out as fucking gay. You think
he
TD
said
Jakes
it.
ain't take no pipe in the ass?
Absolutely.
Yo, do y'all know TD Jakes and his whole faction run the Shade Room? I bet most people didn't know that.
What? Vex, what the fuck?
I'm going on mute.
Vex, don't go on mute now.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too.
Oh my God.
I've been hearing that. I have been hearing that the Shade Room is ran by TD Jakes' people.
Are y'all fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah.
So why
What,
y'all
his
sitting there
daughter
thinking
or
that these
If you look right
Oh,
now, it's
God.
probably a lot of stuff on Twitter about it.
Are y'all serious?
Bro, them
Yeah.
Bama's is devil worshippers. They sellouts. That's why they get those big ass churches. They allowed to deceive the masses. Joel Osteen's, TD Jakes.
Yeah.
Y'all don't
And they don't got paid
y'all
taxes.
remember hearing about Joel Osteen's fucking plumbing in his church? They sent a plumber over there to fix the plumbing in his church.
And he found the money.
broke the wall
Yeah,
down.
the money was right there.
All that money was in the wall.
Yeah.
They stealing all the bread.
Yeah, he hit
But
his
then-
own
but that
money.
nigga won't let- But that nigga won't let people stay in his church when the Houston
When that flood,
when
the
when
flooding.
the biggest rainfall in America, over 9 trillion quarts of water fell in Houston. But do you know they just use that as gentrification? So they can gentrify, and then they got the Astros to win the World Series. People out.
Not this app trying to silence my boy.
What you said? Because I was about to say they
Yeah, Vax, they trying to silence you, Vax. Your shit was
What you
fucking
say about
up.
the World Series, bro?
Did you say something about Astro? What you said about the flood?
Oh yeah.
He was talking about the baseball team.
Yeah, what happened was that's how they do. They put national tragedies in Houston to kill all the black people, and they didn't let them stay. A lot of them drowned, or a lot of the people that they let go to the Houston, the places in Houston, they killed those people because they're trying to gentrify. So what happens after a national tragedy? A sports team wins the national championship, or they won the World Series. What happened in Houston? The Astros won again. That's how they do. What happened when the levees broke in New Orleans? A few years later, the Saints won. That's what they do. What happened in L.A.? Kobe died, then the Lakers won a championship. The Rams won a championship. The Dodgers won a championship.
God damn.
They do all this to garner money and get, like, bro, you got to peep game, bro. They be deceiving us, bro. They play a dirty game.
So Vax, you telling me all the way down to teams and championships, that shit is a sacrifice too? God damn. You done took me to another level, goddamn. I'm going on mute, bro, because
But you think Kobe Bryant was an accident?
yo, that shit was some planned fuckery. I just don't know
with the casualties, because you know they don't give a fuck about the casualties.
Right, they don't care about
that. They don't give a fuck.
Right, they don't.
They got big dog money. They don't care about that.
They don't care about the casualties at all.
We little dogs out here. We little dogs
Absolutely.
out here. My man Vax talking real facts. This stuff has been going on for a long time, and we just guinea pigs to them. And it doesn't matter what race you are. A lot of people do a lot of stuff for money. They don't care. They just want to make it, and they just like, oh, you want to make it? Okay, cool. Well, listen, you got to do this. And all it takes is for you to push yourself over the edge. Oh, I got into a bad argument with old dude. Or me and my moms don't talk tomorrow. Like all this other stuff, and it takes you a little bit to push you over the edge. Somebody say something that you don't like, you be like, yeah, well, we don't talk anymore. I could sacrifice them. It's not a big deal. And then we don't talk. You already see what happened. Like this happens a lot, man. This happened with the baby. Like it happened with him. All of a sudden his pops died, and as soon as his pops died, all of a sudden his career shoots up, and people like, man, his pops died. Now he just good, he glittering and gold. People don't talk, like all this stuff is industry. Like it's sad that like I mean, there's a lot of artists that I don't want to put like make it like bad on their name, but the people that we listening to, thinking that we worshiping, they got the hottest track and we dancing to, or we twerking to, or we just living it up to, and we know we kind of know what they doing, but it's easy to just be blindsided. Like it's easy. Like even the NBA, what my man was talking about, the NBA is just entertainment for us to keep off the narrative of what's really going on. So the NBA, this dude was talking about it on a video before, and he said the NBA is no different than them having a Coliseum back in the old days in the Roman Empire. They was like, what you mean? They was like, when you got the people asking too many damn questions, that's when you get them entertained. That's when you get these athletes and give them a bunch of money. And then when you give them a bunch of money, these athletes look like gods to you. We can give LeBron James $96 million. And that's crazy, just to pay 3 to 4 years. And he could do whatever he want. No, that's headline news. We want him to be the biggest thing, everything talked about. We want all these stories to be talked about because we don't want y'all to ask questions about what we doing over here. So we need y'all entertained. So that's why they create these things. That's why sports is so big. That's why they can pay these athletes so much money because they want to distract us. They want to distract the masses. They do a very good job. When it hits Super Bowl Sunday, when it hits all the NBA's playoffs, they know where the money going to. They know we're going to be distracted. Oh, we ain't going to ask too much questions. Oh, yeah, what happened to that kid that got killed by the cops? What you talking about? The NBA playoffs is on. What we talking about? Let's not talk about that. Who got killed? We ain't talking about that right now. That's what we do. Like that's exactly what they do, man. So you got to be paying attention. It's sad that a lot of us is fooled for the times going on. Everybody should know about what's going on with like the Nipsey Hussle stuff. Him asking about Dr. Sibby. Y'all don't know about Dr. Sibby? Like, this man was asking questions. He was trying to help people in the hood, trying to heal people. Left Eye, all these other people were trying to heal. Like these was interviewed. Left Eye was talking about freaking drinking and all this sea moss.
Yes, she was. And what happened to Left Eye? Cypher, damn. They killed her. They killed her. That's what happened.
Oh, there's a car accident.
They killed her. That's what happened to her.
Nah, they ain't even kill her in that car accident, though. Bro. I went and looked that shit up. They didn't kill her in that car accident. They gave that the guy that was recording her documentary killed her. And he probably killed her by lethal injection. I want y'all to go back and actually watch the video and go on YouTube and slow the video down. But you can literally watch the video. Lisa Left Eye is
Vax, don't get me started.
First of all, the story don't even make sense. But fuck all that. This is what I wanted to say. This brother was right because they don't give a fuck about the sheep. They give a fuck about the industry that houses the sheep. Let's look at the Damar Hamlin situation, the football player that actually died. On
Absolutely.
The field because
yes.
Talk about it.
Let's go.
He actually died. Okay. After 6 minutes, he's a vegetable. He suffers brain damage. That means it's going to take 6 months to over a year for him to heal up and all of a sudden come back to be able to live a regular life. After 9 minutes, he's a vegetable. They said he was down on the field for more than 9 minutes, suffered over 3 cardiac arrest attacks, not 1, not 2, but 3. And you can tell that the nigga died. When he fell, his arms came up stiff. That's like the dead kick. When you die, that nigga died on the field. But they know that everybody has been questioning the vaccines. A lot of athletes, a lot of soccer players this year, especially between the end of last year and this year, over 100 soccer players have died. The athletes with the best cardiovascular systems have just been dying on the field out of the blue. They want to protect the vaccine and their worth, the $1 trillion industry that is the NFL. They don't give a fuck about Damar Hamlin. Who's Damar Hamlin? He was a fucking nobody, and I know sports. He was literally a nobody before this shit happened. Now you telling me a nigga that suffered cardiac arrest is at the game beating his chest? The chest that they were just beating for 9 minutes, where his chest cavity could break. He's up there throwing up Freemason signs, the 666, all of that at the game. His face wrapped up, but he couldn't come and speak to nobody.
Chippy say.
But then all of a sudden, I'm gonna tell y'all what they did. If y'all are not hip to what a deep fake is, go look it up. And I'm sure you guys have seen the ads on Facebook where they can take your face and put it on another person's body and make it look real. All they need is a green screen and CGI. That's it. So literally, that's all they did with Damar Hamlin. They took videos that he already had out, took his face off the video, put it on a live person's face, let that person read the script, and they can make it look like Damar Hamlin is alive right away. That's how they're fooling us, bro. And if you don't believe me, just go back to Coachella 2015, 2016 when they put up the hologram Tupac.
Yes, they did. Yeah. Wake it up, Bex.
And tell me if it don't look real. We are not stupid. They are giving us, most of us are on the fluoride diet. We use fluoride toothpaste. We drinking fluoridic water, and that's why you can't see. Everybody with eyes does not see. But I'm telling you right now, it's more of us that are smarter than these motherfuckers. Because I know good and damn well if you suffer cardiac arrest, just by doing research, over 90% of people that suffer cardiac arrest die.
Yeah, but
this nigga so special.
Not just that, the amount of oxygen and how long it was. It shouldn't even be.
No, it wasn't long though. You
it was
guys
long
really pay
enough.
attention? It was like less than a minute. They got to him quick.
No, it wasn't a minute.
He was
no, I'm telling you, they was even praising the people for getting there early.
He was down on the ground unresponsive for over 9 minutes.
Yeah, it was at least 9 minutes. Yes, Livy?
Nah, I think she's talking about how fast they got to him. That's what she's talking about, how fast they got
to him. How fast they got to him and was able to, get him.
But his brain was without oxygen for at least 10 minutes.
There's nothing that they could do on the field if he's having cardiac arrest. What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Resuscitate him? That's not going to, what are they going to do?
But what you saying, there was no, okay, all right. I got to go back to it.
Look, even the ambulance that
Not saying you wrong, I just got to look back into it.
But listen, even the ambulance that they bought out on the field, it had no numbers on it, no words. When you go and look up the Cincinnati Bengals stadium, you can look up the ambulance and the hospital that is coagulated with it. That was not the same ambulance, and they did not go to the hospital. Why is this nigga walking around like he the president with all types of National Guard and security around him? Go look at the Photoshop picture of him in the fucking hospital. His arm is dog. Go look at the photos, bro. It don't look real. That's a Photoshop picture. His parents might not have even been there. It don't look real. His arms do not look real. None of this shit looks real. It's all fucking fake because they know that the conspiracy theorists that they call crazy, we got brains and we not falling for the bullshit. They know that.
That's a fact, and I believe everything you fucking saying. I'm not even gonna hold you because honestly, Trelly, I don't know about you, but a lot of things that happen that makes uproar, I really do feel like something to be staged. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
I can name one. You get what I'm saying? I know a lot of people gonna look at me like I'm crazy, but George Floyd.
talk your shit. Go ahead.
George Floyd. The whole situation is just really upsetting within itself. But did you see his funeral? Like, did you see the Masonic and all those symbols at George Floyd's funeral? It was just a lot going on.
Yes, a lot of symbolism that goes on, you guys. Y'all know that.
It was just a lot going on. And the fact that they knew each other, the cop.
Yeah,
they worked at the same place before. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fuck shit that goes on in the industry. But let me tell y'all something. We are talking about Aaliyah. They killed her. Okay? Let me play this content for you guys. This is the moment when Barry Hankerman, CEO of Blackground Records, if you know, you know, if you're old enough, okay? This is the interview he had with Dr. Oz. Did I play this or no? I ain't play it yet. I wanted to. I think we got into some other content. He received $90 million after Aaliyah's death. So y'all are telling me she wasn't sacrificed. She was definitely sacrificed for Beyonce and her career.
Facts.
Don't make me wake it up again. Let's get into her uncle from Blackground Records. Let's go. Welcome to Trash Talk Alley shit.
Where were you when you found out about the plane crash?
I was on my farm in Georgia, and got a call, and somebody says, you got a long distance call. It's from the video shoot, because I knew that they were shooting a video, obviously. And I ran to the phone, and I spoke to the director, Hype Williams, and he said, Aaliyah's gone. And I was devastated. I immediately called Minister Farrakhan and asked him, could he call God? Could he talk to God?
Girl.
What happened?
Girl,
And he said, oh, my brother.
It's a lot to process. They've been 20 years later.
I can never come to grips with she's gone.
So, that's who got the 90 million?
yeah, he definitely got $90 million, okay?
If you could go back and change anything, what would you do differently? How would you protect Aaliyah?
Oh, God. That's a good, ugly question, because there's so many things and so many nights that I've stayed awake wondering if I had made a plan different, or if I had been there to the video shoot myself, if my sister had been there, if this person had been there or that person had been there, we could have helped to make a better decision on taking that airplane.
So whose idea was it for her to go down to the Caribbean to shoot this?
Hype Williams.
Hype, you full of shit, Hype.
Be very honest with you, I did not want to use Hype Williams, but there was a push from management, which is her mom, to do a video with Hype. I did not really want to work with Hype Williams. I regret that. If I could do it over again, I would not have worked with him. And I don't know where the video would have been shot. Would it have been still shot there or someplace else? But it's the first time I've ever said that. But that's what was in my heart when his name came up.
So it was more your sister than R. Kelly pushing for Hype Williams?
I don't know, but that's a very good question. There was some type of rapport my sister had with Robert Kelly that began to creep into our lives. And I really don't know what that is. I really couldn't tell you what that is. That's something my sister would have to talk about. But I did feel...
All right, y'all, and that was a commercial.
Real
Talk
quick,
about it. Go ahead, Livy.
Get out the chat with the bullshit, baby.
Who in the chat with the bullshit, Livy?
I don't bring that up in here.
Mm.
All right, baby.
Ooh.
And let's move on, Liv.
Hey yo, Aaliyah was sacrificed by Dame Dash.
Thank you. No. Vax, no.
The oath.
No, Vax.
If you look at Queen of the Damned, it told y'all that Aaliyah was gonna die in the movie. That's why it happened right before her death.
No, Vax.
I don't deny that, but I don't want to sit there and put it like on Dame and Dash.
It ain't on Dame Vax.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm telling you, Dame Dash. That's how we got back. You got to remember, at that time, Dame and Jay-Z were separate, right? Dame and Jay-Z was separate, right?
Not at that time, Vax.
Oh, yeah, Vax. No, Dame didn't do that.
That probably caused a rift. That was one of the things that caused a rift in their relationship.
Right.
At that time, bro, they were still, you know, it was all the rock. Everything was all love at that time still.
Nah, it wasn't, bro, because they have the video of Jay-Z literally in the office with The Rock doing private business, and Dame literally, you can watch that on YouTube. Dame was like, why wasn't I told?
No, Jay-Z and Beyonce did that sacrifice. Vax, don't do that.
Yeah, I think
Aaliyah was supposed to be, I'm telling y'all, go and watch Rock the Boat backwards, right? Literally, you can
Goddamn, you on some other shit. Let me go on mute. This nigga.
Bro, I'm telling you, go watch Rock the Boat backwards. You got to understand that people that run the music industry, bro, they know how to make songs backwards to have double meanings, bro.
They do backwards playing.
That is true.
That is definitely true, yeah.
And I do believe that Rock the Boat expresses her death, very much so.
I think so, too.
She was supposed to be the queen. She didn't want to take the oath, so that's how Beyonce came to queen.
Well, can we wake up that they sacrificed her, though, Vax? For Beyonce to be the queen, they sacrificed her for that. I don't think it was because of Dame and Dash.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think it had anything to do with Dame.
I think it had.
That's why they got rid of Dame ass too, because he wasn't with that shit either.
Why not? Why do y'all think it didn't have shit to do with Dame Dash? Why? You think Dame Dash isn't a part of it either?
No.
I think he loved her.
Just think he didn't sacrifice her.
I think he loved her too.
Dame Dash was jealous of Jay-Z, number one.
Absolutely.
But he had the girl that Jay-Z wanted,
was
though.
Jay-Z's bitch before it was his.
Absolutely. We talked about that.
What was he mad for? Jay-Z was the one that was mad at the end of the day. So Dame and Dash was in love with the
Yeah, Dame loved her.
I do not think that he was ever going to say.
No, Dame loved her. I could tell.
He knows the truth.
How you know? Oh, why? How can you tell?
Look at Vax say why?
Because you can just tell when a man loves a woman. You can just tell.
Listen.
I'm just basing it, on a.
Listen to how he speaks about.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Livy. On just the way he spoke about her.
Oh my God! So just look, I think about.
And let's keep in mind that he really would not come out of a room once he heard about her death because she was trying to get to him.
Yeah, exactly.
And remember, like,
and he said that wasn't true. That he never called anyone and said
why would
that.
Dame, let's be serious. Why would Dame come out and say I sacrificed her? When
no one's ever gonna say that though, unless you listen to their music. And I didn't hear nothing.
Another thing, Vax, that kind of puts holes in your theory a little bit, my brother, is his career didn't take off from that. A lot of people, when they do these sacrifices, their career takes a whole nother path.
That's
he's kind of been blackballed.
Yeah, they got rid of him after that.
Yeah, he kind of been blackballed since then.
He didn't get nothing out of this, so Dame Dash ain't do.
Yeah, right. He didn't.
Came to Aaliyah.
Listen,
but
I think.
Oh, go ahead, boo.
Jay-Z got his hit back. Like, nigga, you got my girl.
Didn't get nothing out of that.
He didn't.
What was that? Aaliyah died in what? 01?
01.
01? So you telling me that Dame Dash didn't reap no benefit? Because if you're saying The Rock wasn't destroyed by that time, trust me that they got something out of it. Period.
Okay, Bax.
He got 90 million.
2001. 2001.
Was it Astro?
The Rock.
Who was talking?
Still one of the hottest. The Rock was still one of the hottest. In 01, we talking about. 01?
Okay, so Vax, this is my thing. But go ahead. Was that Astro? Somebody was trying to talk.
Yeah, that was me.
Go ahead, Astro.
Yeah, I saw an interview where a man talked about that Dame Dash got 90 million and insurance.
No, not Dame.
It wasn't Dame, baby.
No. Her uncle Barry Hankerman from Black Brown Records. Not too much on Dame. Her uncle.
Listen,
I love too.
I think a lot of it, like, we have to also definitely consider that we can do only so much, and I believe, first of all, whoever created this room is fire. But other than that, real talk, because we ain't talking about this. I'm done with the relationships talk, real talk. So, like, I think that we have to also make sure we keep in mind that a lot of this stuff that we know is about sacrificials. We know that, but we have to be careful about, we still and be open to that. We have theories. Now, we assume certain people were involved, but we can't be like, oh, it's definitely factual, because we don't really know unless we really know. So we have to keep it.
Some you can.
Yeah, some you were right. Some you can. But with certain things that we just really don't know. But I do believe that a lot of people do know what's going on. And I believe if Dame Dash knew something was going on, it's either he kind of probably found out she got sacrificed, and it's the question, do you want to die? That's what it comes to. So
exactly. Talk about it, brother.
Yeah, so in the industry, we don't know. We can say whatever we want, but when people go like this, they're like, listen, yeah, we did that, and what? You look like, well, you know, I'm going to put this out. They're like, cool, your daughter goes to elementary school and blah, 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 blah. The address is this, right? Oh, what? Yeah, she gets out of school at 2:30, right? All right, calm it down, because you're going to be missing a daughter, a son, a cousin, a mother. You good? And then it calms you down. A lot of people want to talk out, but these people got money. They got hitters. We talking about government. We ain't talking about, oh, I got shotters. No, they got government professional assassins. So when they talking about, oh, yeah, oh, I know what y'all did. That's good. How's your mom doing?
Yeah, how's your mom doing, right?
Yeah, she gets out. She still works at the college, right? Yeah, so some people do know what's going on in the industry, but they don't want to die. They like, oh, I'm gonna stay out of it. They kind of know what's going on, but they stay away from certain things. They want to say certain things, but they care about other people. They care about their children. People will go to every extent for their children. So it's like, you either shut your mouth, or little Timothy ain't making it home. Monica ain't making it home. And you looking like you got to make a choice. And a lot of people are not willing to make that choice. They ain't willing to sacrifice certain people. And I think that's where it really stops.
Absolutely, I agree.
Can I? Go ahead, Charlie.
No, I heard somebody say, can I?
Yeah,
can
that was
Can I? Go ahead,
you
baby.
know what? Let somebody else go.
Who said, can I?
That was me, but I'm a.
So why are you gonna do a can I and you can't?
Because I was smoking and I forgot what I was gonna say, and it went longer than I thought. So let me try to remember. I didn't want to say
Can I?
Can I? Okay.
I didn't want to
Go
say
ahead,
all of that,
Ivy.
but
Because Olivia is doing too much. She tripping, bitch. Go ahead, Ivy.
Okay. I just wanted to say, like, also, in addition to, like, threatening family members and all that type of stuff, they also can silence you or make you look crazy like they do, like, Jaguar Wright. So, like, she does whatever the fuck she wants to say because they've made her look so crazy that either you believe her or you don't.
Or you
Like,
don't.
She's not recruiting no new people because everybody who doesn't understand what she's saying believes she's crazy.
She not fucking crazy. Jaguar Wright is telling y'all bitches the fucking truth, bitch.
That's the fact.
Call me crazy too. Jag told y'all. And if y'all were not in the room, I played a clip. It was clear as day. Jag is telling y'all what it is. Would y'all like to hear the clip again? Okay.
Jaguar been waking it up. You know how many clips you can play on Jaguar?
Oh, girl, so many. We're going to save them, though, Livy, for our rooms, bitch. We're going to save it for our wake it up rooms, okay? But I'm going to play y'all the clip about this situation. In my opinion, they definitely killed Aaliyah. I don't give a fuck what my husband's saying. He right there. He think I'm crazy. No, they killed her.
Nah, you the crazy one. Trust me.
I'm just listening.
They killed her. Her uncle, Hype Williams, for the clout of Beyonce. The shit was all fucked up. They definitely killed Aaliyah. I got all the proof. People were there. And I just want to wake this up. Why would Hype Williams, you know what I'm saying, not want to take a plane that could handle all the luggage and the bodies, and you want to take this little Cessna from the drunk and high pilot who didn't have a license? Who authorized that? So this is when I start thinking that this shit is all planned. Kravis sent y'all a plane and you ain't want to take the fucking plane. Oh, my bad. My bad. They took the plane, but they took it for themselves. You heard me?
How they know that nigga was drunk and high, bro? Why the fuck they ain't know that before the nigga? Like, come
God
on, man.
damn it. He shouldn't have been flying, Vax. They knew, Vax. Vax, they knew.
Bro, that's why I know the story. That's why I don't believe these niggas, bro, because they
fucking knew.
They probably did the same shit to her.
Oh, Vax wasn't here when you played the recording.
Vax, would you like to hear about the pilot, or were you not there?
The
background. I remember that shit. I remember hearing that shit from a long time ago, but I'm just saying, I feel like you're skeptical, right?
Ain't no fucking skip.
How the hell they gonna know that? Didn't the pilot die too?
Yeah, he died.
Everybody died.
But Vax.
So listen, guys, listen. This is logic. Listen, how the fuck do they know that this nigga was high and drunk after he perished?
Okay, so Vax.
How many people died?
Exactly, because you did say Trelly when I was like, why
they don't know
toxicology.
Yeah, there was no way they can get his tox.
That nigga got burnt the fuck up.
He was burnt up. They couldn't get his tox.
He had a history, though. He had a history.
But they couldn't. But that's a fact. Yeah, they couldn't get his toxicology.
Nigga, they did to Otis Redding and la la la.
Right, they couldn't get it. They couldn't get it.
They blew their ass up and
they were burnt up
in the plane.
Yeah.
They blew her ass up in the plane and tried to say it was somebody else. Same that they did to them crypto billionaires, them young kids that just been dying recently.
Exactly.
They blew their ass up in planes. And they kept it moving.
Yeah, so I agree with Vax. It is no way, just like they could not get Aaliyah's, because Vax, I don't know if you were here, you know, Aaliyah was given some type of a sleeping sedative before she got on the plane because she did argue. She was like, bitch, no, I'm not getting on this plane. The plane is too small. The luggage is too heavy. Y'all know she had a fear of flying. Like, this is all over YouTube. She said it out her own mouth. Like, I'm not making this up. So for her to get on the plane and blah, 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 and we can't get the tox reports of what was in her system when she went back to the taxi, somebody gave her a sedative so she can relax and get on the plane. How y'all know what the pilot had? They was all burnt to smithereens. The only tox report that you can get is bruises to the skull, you know, and burns that'll let you guys know that, hey, look, this is definitely a head trauma, because you can't get no blood report from the So it's sad, y'all. But this is the thing about the pilot, his history. And let me tell y'all something. Be careful of what you do. Your past is going to always count. Okay? So when y'all ass getting handcuffed, about to head on to prison, you know what they check first? Your motherfucking past, bitch. Okay? They gonna check your past, bitch, to see if we can even believe you or have any sympathy for you in court. So they did check the pilot's past. It was not good. It was not good. He was doing a lot of shit. He was out here in these streets.
Before, right? He was arrested or something like that?
Girl, would y'all like me to play it, bitch? The pilot.
You messing with that booger sugar?
Play it.
The pilot was doing too fucking much. Here we go. Welcome to Trash Talk Alley. Let's get into the pilot's situation and Aaliyah's death. Let's go.
Aaliyah was only 22 years old when her life was cut short by the horrific 2001 plane crash. 2 weeks before the crash, Aaliyah's pilot, Luis Morales, had been on the wrong side of the law when he got arrested for possession of crack cocaine and got probation after a traffic stop on July 7th revealed traces of cocaine in his car. The autopsy further revealed traces of cocaine and alcohol. Shockingly, this pilot was not certified to fly the ill-fated plane. Luis Morales was on probation for theft charges in the same period. Similar criminal charges in November of the previous year included stealing pencils, pens, a cigarette lighter,
pencils and pens, y'all. Get the fuck.
And aircraft tools. He got 3-year probation with no adjudication, meaning that his record would have been cleared if he had completed probation. Luis Morales was often in trouble with the authorities and was on probation when flying this plane. Uncertified. The reports of the plane crash exposed that Luis Morales was not certified to fly the 10-seat Cessna. While he was a pilot, he was not certified to fly this specific plane safely. More shocking news revealed that the pilot was only trained for 3 weeks to fly this size of an aircraft before the fatal crash. This information was revealed to the public by colleagues who had trained him. Luis worked for Blackhawk International Airways and had been placed at the controls 2 days before the accident. 3 weeks before the accident, the 30-year-old had passed an FAA test for Golden Airlines and was only certified to fly the company's twin-engine plane that was much smaller than the 10-seat Cessna. The young pilot lied on his job application about having 3,000 and 4,000 hours worth of experience to get his Blackhawk job. Despite having passed his drug test and having a certification, Luis needed much more experience to fly the ill-fated plane. Before his fatal stunt at Golden Airlines, the young guy was known as a part-time pilot and was in between jobs. The investigations of the Aviation Authority revealed further that Luis had limited authorization of the plane, which made it impossible for him to legally fly the Cessna. Blackhawk added that it had a single pilot authorization and only one pilot could fly the plane for this company. Questions of why this person was nowhere near the plane when it crashed remained unanswered, and this brought scrutiny to the company for safety violations. What really caused the plane to crash? According to the autopsy report, the plane crashed due to too much baggage. According to investigations, the airplane came crashing on the runway a few minutes after takeoff. Evidence about improper loading or excessive weight kept mounting. Accident investigators think that the 300-pound bodyguard by the name of Scott Gallen, who passed on with 7 others in the plane, contributed to the loss of control and instability of the aircraft as it took off. The weight of the deceased, combined with luggage and other passengers, was speculated to cause the accident. However, all the blame was shifted to the pilot, who failed in his responsibility to keep his passengers safe by properly loading the airplane. According to eyewitnesses, the plane lifted off from Marsh Harbor, and within seconds, it swerved left and plunged. The law requires the pilot to calculate and balance the weight on a plane before takeoff. There were no reports of engine failure on the airplane after the investigation was closed. The Bahamian Department of Civil Aviation conducted a thorough investigation of the Cessna wreckage. They checked the engine and the cockpit to rule out engine or mechanical failure. When nothing came up, it was concluded that the crash was due to overloading. This was what was included in the autopsy report of Aaliyah Houghton. Thanks for watching.
Y'all, this shit is so sad to me. Okay, so they killed her. That's gonna forever be my synopsis of everything. That's how I feel. I feel like she was taken advantage of by her mother. Okay, I don't care how y'all feel. Her mother, her uncle, or fucking Kelly said what I said. The whole time during the duration.
Why you can't blame her.
Yes, I am not blaming Aaliyah. I will never blame Aaliyah. She was a young girl. I feel like she was taken advantage of from the beginning to the end of her fucking career by everybody that was around her. They drained her for every fucking thing she had. The older man took her for everything she had. Her mother pimped her the fuck out. I'm not going to say her dad, God rest in peace to him, okay, because he passed away too. A lot of people know what went on during this situation with Aaliyah. They knew what was going on. She was used. She had a lot of fucking talent. A lot. She did have charisma. Something that a lot of people, I feel like they fell in love with it. Her charisma was everything. I've been looking at these videos for 3 weeks. Y'all can ask my husband. I've been watching Aaliyah videos, all the way up to, today. And thank God all of her music is available now, because it was one point we couldn't listen to none of that shit. What's a lot of legal stuff going on with Aaliyah. They used her, okay? R. Kelly used her. She was very young. I feel like her mom, in the beginning, with teaching her just how to be promiscuous. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but just listening to her on that show, describing her mother taking pictures of her at 10 years old and telling your daughter that she's hot. The fuck are you talking about hot? She's a talented kid. Can we keep it at just a talented kid? She took it to a new level. So I'm going to stand by my truth and what I believe with Aaliyah in this case. She was used. She was killed. She was sacrificed. Her demise was to benefit other people around her. I don't care if it's her uncle. Beyonce and Jay-Z definitely got a piece of the pie. And that's what it is. How do y'all feel? Because this shit is crazy. Welcome to Trash Talk
She
Alley.
played her part too.
Who is that? Why do you feel that? Who said she played her part too?
I did, Vax.
Vax, what do you mean? She
was down with the shit. I mean, she might have got sold into the industry, but once you in, you in. She was down with the shit too. She was down with Missy Elliott, down with Timberland, down with R. Kelly, spending the night at P. Diddy house, fucking with Jay-Z and them. She was down with it too, but when it came down for her to do her oath, she wasn't with that shit. Point blank, period.
So you think because she didn't agree to that oath, we all know that that's not everybody.
What happens.
So you think
Queen of the Damned?
Yeah.
Queen of the Damned is telling you that she's gonna die. Literally,
yeah,
predictive programming. Literally, and when you go back and watch Rock the Boat Backwards,
that's how I felt with Queen of the Damned. I'm sorry to say that, but literally, that's how I felt when watching it. They was like preparing me for her death. So let me go back. It's cold out here.
So y'all didn't hear her dream. Her dream prepared us for her death, in case y'all missed it.
No, I didn't hear it. I hear you spoke about it in here. I would love to hear it.
You know what? Let me tell y'all what's funny about YouTube. I can't find that shit no more, Livy. They be erasing shit. I'm telling y'all. Y'all can find some dope shit. That shit be gone.
Is what it's called. Net neutrality. They have to censor that shit because we not stupid, bro. We smart. We see what the fuck is going on. But it's more sheep.
Period.
Wolves.
Facts.
So they look at us like we weird, and they look at the sheep who just follow the herd, the sheep herder in the pasture as good chattel. That's it.
Yeah, the ones that take a vaccine because they said to them.
Exactly. I ain't never putting none of that shit in my body. For what? I'm God body. Nigga, you only think about this. Why would you take a vaccine that makes you sick? The flu vaccine makes you catch the flu. Why would I take a vaccine that gives me the flu when I don't have the flu? That's common sense to not take the flu, dumbass.
Wake that the fuck up, Bax.
And that's
They
a fact.
said the
And
FDA did not approve the vaccines. The FDA said they did not approve of the vaccines, but you're going to take it when the government has told you guys they did that in the Spanish flu of 1912. Guess who was head of the Spanish flu, guys? Pfizer was. But you only know that if you go do
Yeah, it was
your
Pfizer.
research.
Yeah, it's Pfizer. It was definitely Pfizer.
The Spanish flu was run by Pfizer. What happened with the Tuskegee Airmen? They told us they were giving us shit to help us, but they gave
No,
all
they
of
killed
what,
us.
syphilis?
They killed
What
us.
are we talking
and
about here?
not
Don't play
to
with
go
me.
down and not to go down the vaccine route. I do just want to say this. I don't want to say that, taking a vaccine is an issue because I don't know about y'all, but I got all my vax. But to
Go ahead,
tell
Libby.
me, now I feel like that, but to tell me to take, because they say, oh, y'all already got a vaccine. I got vaccines growing up. Yeah, but not an mRNA. Like, nobody want to talk about the difference in the fucking technology, literally, that they put in that vaccine. I've never taken an mRNA vaccine in my life. So, no, I have not ever taken that type of vaccine. I could go down. I got clipped for those rooms, so let me chill.
Don't worry about it, Libby. You should.
I think by now they good because I don't see nobody else getting clipped. But yeah, let me.
Because that truth hurt, Libby.
If you want to play that, that's a fact. If you want to play that clip that you were saying with her, talking about her dream, or you said you couldn't find
you
it.
know what? It's been scrubbed.
Okay.
Maybe it's in that book. Someone did write a book. But it was literally a dream, and that clip is nowhere to be found, y'all. I even saved it. You know how you can save your YouTubes. It's gone. And I know I'm not fucking crazy. Aaliyah definitely talked about a dream that she had. But at the end of the day, I'm going to stick to what I believe. Aaliyah was killed for popularity gain. She was killed for the millions of dollars that her uncle received. Do I feel like her mother had something to do with it? Yes. Do I feel like Aaliyah maybe knew? Yes. Do I feel like Beyonce knew that Aaliyah was bigger than her back then? Yes. I believe all of those things that I've just said. Aaliyah's plane crash, this is my opinion, it was not an accident. It was not a coincidence. Someone even brought up it was days before 9/11, bitch. That might have been just a warning. Who knows? I don't know. They play too much in the industry for me. But all I know is rest in peace to Aaliyah. She was one of the most dopest creators ever. I loved what Timberland and Missy brought in Aaliyah. I love that combination. And hate me if you want. I loved what her and R. Kelly did. I do. He's a sick motherfucker, but shouts out to the good music they brought forth.
Vax is saying that Missy Elliott and Timberland might have had something to do with it too. That's what you were saying, or am I bugging?
Speak on a Vax because I don't know about that one.
Yeah, because I
real
don't know
quick,
about that
Trelly,
either.
while he's speaking, check your back channel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, Missy Elliott, Timberland, they all in the music industry. Anybody in the has signed a contract. They all down with the shit. It's just level. Everybody's gonna be a superstar. Everybody's not a superstar. Talked to that. People literally acknowledge them for being legends and great and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Missy Elliott, Timberland. I'm telling you right now, I can't speculate, but like, come on now. You think Missy Elliott ain't put her tongue in Aaliyah's pussy? Come on, man. Stop it.
Wow.
Yo, man. You think Missy Elliott didn't tongue fuck Aaliyah? You crazy as fuck. Y'all crazy. They all was around each other their whole damn life growing up. They all fucked each other. They all did all types of shit. That's how the music industry is, bruh. They all in that shit.
Now I remember what I was going to say. Wow, it took me a while. That's crazy.
Well, I'm glad you remember.
Yeah, it's something that Vax said. I really don't feel like that's because you're in the music industry that you always know what's going to happen, like with Dame Dash. That's why I feel like he has nothing to do with it. And he might have found out, like what Trelly said, after. And he may have a feeling, but he's not going to say anything because, of course, he wants to live. Look at perfect example, because Charlie, we got to wake this up too, because now, especially now, there's tons of information coming out. We already knew. I'm Kim Porter. So if you know
don't get me started, Olivia. Don't fucking get me started on Kim Porter, bitch.
We know she was with Diddy, but we already know who really is truly in love with her. okay? And I'll be sure.
Yes,
all right?
yes,
He
ma'am.
loved her, and he always felt something was funny. What's happening to him? Because he started
He's so
speaking out.
sick. And when he started,
started
speaking out, what happened, Olivia? When he started speaking out, tell everybody what happened.
He just came.
He got
just
sick.
Came out
That's
of
what
coma.
happened. Yes.
Yeah, he just came out of coma. I don't know how long he was in there. I got to look it up. But he came out of coma like what, 2 months ago?
He was very sick.
Nobody knew. He lost so much weight.
He was very sick.
So much weight. He has like a hole in his throat.
As soon as he wanted to speak, right, you take my voice away, right?
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And he was speaking on it, talking about the laptop because everybody knows about the missing laptop with Kim. I don't want to. That's a situation like that with Dame Dash, but Dame Dash is quiet about it. Like, I know what you did. You get what I'm saying? This was the love of my life, but I'm not going to really speak on it. I'll be sure with speaking on it, and I feel like they're trying to silence him. So that's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate you.
And I'm outside and it's cold as fuck.
Who outside? It's time to go outside.
I just don't believe that Aaliyah was the love of his life. I don't believe that Dame is that much of a cuck to wife up a bitch that his man, that she's the love of his life. Like, come on now, cut the crap. Like, let's be serious. Y'all talk about Jay-Z came up. Jay-Z came up after that because he snitched on Dame, Jay Prince, Irv Gotti, and Suge Knight because they were trying to make a black distribution company.
And because Aaliyah passed away.
Wake it up.
And
Dame Dash knew what the fuck was going down, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not going to absolve him from his. He was around like a motherfucker all the time. He was around, bro. He was around, bro. I'm sorry. I can't sit up there and say that Dame Dash have nothing to do with it. And if it's 2001, Dame Dash has had endless business ventures that have popped off gracefully since 2001. That's a fact.
Well, go ahead, Charlie. Go.
Hey. My bad, I got a call. Jules, do you want to read that story? Oh, wait, who is that speaking? That's Go ahead, Crown. What's up, boo?
How you doing? I'm gonna sit myself down. I'm gonna say this. It's funny that you're having this room because I literally was like just watching a whole bunch of videos on this like literally last week.
Yes.
So Dame Dash in an interview actually said that like because I guess at that time they had Blackberries. I don't know if y'all said this in the room already. If I'm regurgitating the information, I apologize. But he said that like right before I guess she went on the plane, she texted him and said that, and he said this in an interview. Like she texted him and said that like I don't like the plane. Like I just don't feel comfortable with the plane.
Yes.
And then he texted her back and said, well, if you don't feel comfortable, don't get on it. But then she texted him back and said, well, I got work to do. And then that was like the last, I guess, text before she got on the plane. So that was interesting. Also, so, obviously they were in the Bahamas shooting Rock the Boat, right? The people don't know that like the actual video was set to be shot in, I believe, Miami.
Florida, Miami, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the shooting, the director.
Not true in the Matrix. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
He in the Matrix or it's me?
You're in a big Matrix, love. Like, huge Matrix. I'm going to go ahead and read something from Jules. Jules, do you want to read it or do you want me to read it? Because it's your story that you sent to my back channel. And thank you, Jules. Let me see.
Not about trying to get me.
No, you go ahead and read it, because it goes with the whole theme of her predicting. So you go ahead and read it.
And you're still in the Matrix, love. I'm going to go ahead. I told y'all Aaliyah had a dream. Thank you, Jules, for pulling up the transcript of the dream. Let me go ahead and read this to you guys. It says 1 month before she died in a plane crash, singer Aaliyah said she had a reoccurring dream that she was flying away from her problems. It is dark in my favorite dream. Someone is following me. I don't know why. I'm scared. She said in an interview with German Weekly, which was released, I know it wasn't yesterday, it says yesterday, but this is old. Then suddenly I lift off, far away. How do I feel? As if I'm swimming in the air. Free. No one can reach me. Nobody can touch me. It's a wonderful feeling. Do y'all hear what I'm telling you?
Bro, that shit sounds like predictive programming. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like predictive programming. The girl's telling y'all what is about to happen, but people not going to catch on. But it sounds like predictive programming. She's talking about people like She sounds no different than Martin Lawrence saying that shit in Hollywood.
Yep.
People are after
Wait,
me
what
while
did
he's
Martin
running up the
say?
highway in Hollywood ass naked.
And what did Martin say?
He was running up Hollywood Boulevard butt ass naked talking about the people are after me.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
People are after me. Oh, you don't remember hearing about that?
Yeah.
I remember that
Yeah.
shit.
Why it's predictive programming, man. I'm telling you, man. I think that girl knew what the fuck was gonna be up. And she just letting motherfuckers know. I'm just saying, that's what they do. Even look at Takeoff Death, right? How the fuck Takeoff post a video of him right before he died? He had the song Stop Breathing right before he got killed.
Yup, exactly.
No.
In his story. In his story.
It's predictive programming, bruh. These niggas know when they going
The
down,
messy
bruh.
video itself.
Exactly.
The fuck?
You act like that nigga didn't know he was going to die. You act like he didn't see the video before Quavo put it the fuck out. He saw the shit.
Yep.
That's how they do predictive programming. They tell you what it is. So that
Am I
now,
back?
honestly,
They have to tell you.
Trelly, honestly, after
you're
hearing that, Trelly, I don't even think Aaliyah died. You know why? Because I know what they make these celebrity deaths.
Wait, no.
All the time.
Wait, hold on. So Vax.
I think she dead.
No. Vax. It is a female artist out there. They said Aaliyah's still alive. Give me a moment.
I believe it.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. She's an artist. She's an artist.
Have you ever heard of The Island? Have you ever heard of The Island?
Yes.
It's a book.
It's a movie too. It's a movie.
No. Go to the beer commercial right now. Go on YouTube and type in The Island beer commercial. It came out about 10 years ago. You'll see this island that has Marilyn Monroe, Tupac. Y'all think Elvis died. Elvis didn't die.
Yeah,
they gave Elvis that heart shit that can stop your heart and make you play dead. And then they literally took his body onto the island. Go look up the beer commercial. It's literally on YouTube. And you'll see when these people see people coming towards the island, they pull a string that pulls out fake trees, move shit. Marilyn Monroe, Tupac, all those people. Tupac ain't fucking die. Biggie didn't fucking die. They use that shit to fucking start wars against the masses, bro.
You want to know what I think, Vax? I think that Tupac definitely probably is alive. I do believe that Biggie may be dead, but I may be wrong. But let me tell you why I really feel like the reason why Tupac, let me tell you something. Tupac is the #1 artist in the world that everybody says that they think he's alive. There's not one artist that everybody said once in their life that they think that he's alive and that they thought that they saw him somewhere. He was spotted somewhere. That was
Michael
so early
Jackson
in the
is
game.
alive.
That was so early in the game. I feel like he probably was one of the first people. No, you said Marilyn Monroe, but I don't know. I feel like that was so early in the game. It was a little bit easier to spot him in different places, but now I feel like they've gotten better. Believe it or not, because King Von did do a video, I think that dropped the night before, 2 nights before he died, called Stage, where they staged somebody's death and then he died right after that, kind of the same way that they did in the video. It made me think about him possibly still being alive too, but
man, that nigga
you're right.
dead.
No, I believe.
I knew somebody's gonna say that. I try to refrain not to say King Von because I know there's no gangster shit out there, but I got a story on him too. He's the reason why I started making Illuminati rules, because I felt, you know what, let me be quiet.
I think Lil Durk sacrificed King Von because King Von killed his real life.
You think?
Yo, listen. But people will come at you on this app, Vax. Let me tell you something. I think the same thing when I first got on the app. That's one of the first things that I started talking about. But now on this app, let me tell you, Chicago will come in here and fight you, and I'm ready to do it. You get what I'm saying? But that's they are I don't give a fuck either. But let me tell you, they will fucking argue you the fuck down about this situation. But I'm excited to talk about it.
I want to hear more about that island. Y'all.
They're gonna argue me too because I want to talk about it.
Hear about the island.
Hey, this is a fun.
Where is the island? Not you trying to find out what island at.
This is a fun ass room. I've been listening for a while, yo. This is a fun room. This remind me of some season 1 shit. Y'all keep doing your thing. But Vax, what the fuck was you talking about that island shit? Keep cooking.
All right, so
I ain't never heard about that shit before.
The island is a place where most of because bro, y'all gotta understand the world is a big ass stage. Most of these celebrity names that they give us, bro, these are not their fucking names. That's not Jamie Foxx's name. That's not Chris Brown's name.
Right, that's not their name.
That's not even Kobe's name.
Yeah, that's not their names.
Bro. They put these people in certain. Kobe's whole life was scripted. Go back even to his daddy played in the NBA. In high school, he wore the number 33. He was already being staged into being a Freemason in high school. You understand? You don't just get this notoriety out of nowhere. But these people, they know that these people have a death date. I mean, Kobe's death was in Chamberlain Heights, the TV show in 2013.
There you go. Yo,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes, wake it up.
Yo, and people don't want to pay attention to that. That shit's crazy.
But listen, though, this is what they did, right? They ushered in coronavirus off the strength of Kobe's back. Now, if Kobe just died by himself, people would have took it bad. But do you know what actually made coronavirus even worse? Was the fact that they added Gigi in there. See, because people could take Kobe dying, but they couldn't take his daughter dying too. So
right.
That just sweetened the deal, and it made everybody forget about COVID and literally was only talking about Kobe, but they literally ushered in and brought down the energy of the world, and that's how
Facts.
they harvest off the people, bro.
Exactly.
Kobe ain't fucking die, man. Kobe ain't fucking die. And if you actually go look at Kobe's real logo, it's a helicopter.
I know you fucking lying.
Go back. You think I'm joking? Go back and look at it.
Oh my God.
I'm about to fuck y'all up even worse. Go back and look at the Kobe and Kanye Nike commercials. How does Kobe die? How does Kobe or Kanye dies in a helicopter in the Nike commercial? Go back and check.
But
Go
Chamberlain Heights is what put the icing on the cake for me. It was literally Kobe in a cartoon in the plane, and the plane crashes.
Yeah, but
and
Vax,
then blows up.
Vax is not lying. Kobe actually released a shoe, and they call it the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he actually got some pair of shoes. It's called the helicopter.
Well, damn, y'all. Shit, welcome to the room. We've been on this for at least 2 hours. What really happened to Aaliyah?
At least 2 more.
Yeah, I know. What really happened to Aaliyah? Y'all heard what I had to say. Shouts out to Aaliyah. And we're going to continue to get into it. Jaguar is on her shit. That's why they arrested her. Y'all can say what you want to say about Jaguar, right? But she's opening her mouth and she's speaking, and she got everybody shook. Ooh-wee. Welcome back to Trash Talk Alley. I'm your host, Trelly Trail. Ooh, child, we are in part 2 of what really happened to Aaliyah. This is a Trash Talk Alley exclusive. In this segment, we are going to see what Jaguar Wright thinks, because, baby, she had a whole lot of tea to spill. We want to see what Dame Dash, because he was so in love with that girl. And, of course, we all know that him and Jay-Z did fall out over Aaliyah, in case y'all missed the memo. And not to mention, Little Miss Beyonce shows a little bit of jealousy about the two of them. Boy, this is about to be a crazy segment. Segment 3, we're going to dive into dissecting what really happened during that plane crash. Who was involved in it? It's about to get really crazy in here, y'all. Get some popcorn, and this is Aaliyah.
This is a world exclusive.
Hey, yo, turn it up.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious. But maybe that was because he was a girl that didn't want you.
Goddamn, Jaguar Wright. Here's what Dame Dash had to say.
And she was gonna do a record with Freeway. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna come down there, I'll check you, I'll bring the kids, make a vacation, work, the whole 9. So when we got there, you know, Hype was making this video, and I was like, I know Hype. I just got off of Big Pimpin', where I had to cut the video, you know what I mean? Because he likes to spend bread. So I was like, you know, he's gonna make you do another day. Don't do it. Trust me, it's just so he can spend money, you know? And sure enough, she came home that day. And I had a big house, I rented this house, and she's like, I'm going to, you know, there. And I was like, I just thought that it wasn't necessary. You know, I knew that was gonna happen. And then, when she actually saw the plane, she, you know, we had the Blackberries, and she said, I don't like this plane. And I was like, well, don't get on it. And she was like, well, I got to, because I got work to do. She got on the plane, and she always had a very serious fear of planes in general. So she had to overcome a fear to get on that plane on the way there. But what I was really more tight about was that I had heard that Lenny Kravitz had offered her a jet, and that Hype had took the jet. So that's what really pissed me off about the situation when I heard about that. So you could ask Hype about that.
That's what I said. Have you ever talked to Hype about it?
Yeah.
And how did that conversation go?
Ask him.
But I also am asking you.
Yeah, but ask him.
I feel like you had some things to say to him.
Because of my respect for Aaliyah and her family, her music it's just coming out, but everyone's very respectful of her memory. No one really speaks on it, because that's the circle of people she had around her. So out of respect for her memory, I don't say a lot of things.
Tell me about that day. Where were you?
I was getting my hair cut, and I was waiting for her. So, you know, she was trying to get back really quickly because we were trying to see each other. So she was like, I'm gonna get on the first thing smoking. And that day I waited in the house and I was getting a haircut, and when they told me that there was a crash, it was her mom that told me, and they said they didn't find all the bodies yet, so they didn't know if she was still alive. But for me, I was like, so it's a wrap. So I hadn't finished my haircut, and I took all of her clothes out of my house and everything, and I went to go see her mom because I just didn't want to be triggered. I was not embarrassed to cry about losing Aaliyah, and I'm still not. But I cried hard in front of people that thought I was weak. I mean, I still had to get myself together and fight because there were things that were going on.
We actually have video of you. You're at her funeral where you're very emotional.
Yeah, I told you.
Remember that day? Remember that day?
I don't revisit it often because it hurts. So it's not like I visualize it, you know, so much. I see pictures sometimes.
All right, y'all. I truly believe that Dame Dash really loved her. Okay?
Oh, God.
I do. I truly think he did. I think he loved her, and I'm not just saying it from, you know, his comments and commentary.
Let me ask you a question, Trelly. You say you and Olivia are good friends, right? Like, y'all are working together, y'all are good friends. You built something from the ground up. If you're in love with somebody or you're fucking with a person, and then Olivia gets with that person right after you, right? Right after, you're telling me Olivia's in love with the man that you just let go? Child, please.
Maybe so. Yeah. Like, look, like.
But who said Jay-Z was even in love with her, though?
Right. But I'm saying this. This is my feeling.
If he was in love with that bitch, I see more than at least 5 pictures of this nigga holding hands.
So you believe Jay-Z was in love with her and not Dame Dash? How?
So, I believe the first nigga more in love with her than the second nigga.
Nah.
They're business
No,
partners.
I disagree.
Nah.
I think Dame was genuine. You know, people that don't speak.
Dame was genuine, bro.
I feel like he was genuine because he had, you know, he spoke on it.
And
we have not heard from Jay-Z about that. We have not heard from Jay-Z, okay?
Because Jay-Z don't give a fuck about that bitch because she did.
He made that song.
Oh, my God.
All right, now
let me tell you something.
Oh, my God.
They sacrificed Aaliyah. Aaliyah was sacrificed for... Aaliyah was sacrificed, Vax, for Beyonce. And shouts out to the Beehive and whoever, you know, is in Kumbaya with that situation. I love me some Beyonce too. But at that time, it was only one Queen Bee at that time. So if you're believing in this Hollywood shit, if you're believing in the sacrificial shit that goes on in Hollywood, you can clearly see where I was coming from. I truly believe that Dame Dash loved Aaliyah. Yes, Jay-Z was all hugged up with her. It's several pictures on the internet with him in those situations. He's hugging her all around her waist. We know what kind of vibe that brings. But we can say this. Dame Dash truly loved her. Jay-Z already had a woman. He was with Beyonce at the time. Beyonce didn't give a fuck about Aaliyah, and I feel like she was jealous.
Yes, the fuck she did give a fuck about it.
She did not. She showed shade even in her interview with her on the red carpet.
I think he gave a fuck enough to, you know, her demise was important to her. That was.
Hey, Trelly, let me ask you a question though, Trelly.
Hey,
and
go ahead.
I'm not trying to disrespect Aaliyah, but you got to speak on that. I think she was in a whole relationship with Jay-Z at one point.
I do believe that. Absolutely.
Hold on. And then she was in a whole relationship with Dame Dash.
I believe that too.
Like, so that's kind of weird to me, though. Nobody else thinks that's
she
weird?
was this is
she grown.
It's not. This is the thing. She was in a relationship with R. Kelly. Let's wake it up. She was in a relationship with a whole lot of grown men. It makes me sick. I'm being dead ass. Like, stop laughing. This shit is not funny. She was in a relationship with several older men. And if y'all go back, I want y'all to go back on YouTube, look at those videos, even look at that video shoot for Rock the Boat. Look how she communicates and physically touches her cameraman, her makeup artist. She's touchy-feely. And I feel like her mother, from that video, y'all heard the clips and the content that I played, telling her that she had sex appeal at fucking 10. She was in a relationship with R. Kelly. She was in a relationship with Jay-Z. She was in a relationship with Damon Dash. And all of these men were way much older than her. So I don't know if her mother was living her life through Aaliyah, but it was some fucked up shit going on.
Sell their kid. You know, parents sell their kids to Hollywood.
All the time. What are you talking about? All the time.
All right, so let me ask you this way then, Trelly. Does any of the fellas think it's weird that their business partner and somebody that
Hell
they
yeah, I think it's weird.
and then for somebody like whoever fucked with her the second, I think was in the wrong.
Dame was in the wrong. Weird ass.
Was Dame second? Yeah, Dame was
That
second.
should be happening in Hollywood all the time, though. Let's be
And
real.
in real life, and like in the hood.
But they're in the same crew, dog.
Right,
They
were
really wasn't.
Rockefeller.
They really was on their way out.
They sit with each other every day. Not in 2001. They was not beefing like that.
So y'all telling me Aaliyah was a pass around?
Shit, she was a pass around.
Man, can we move on?
Yeah,
And Dame Dash kind of fell in love with her.
Why she's
Hold
dead.
on,
Dame did fall in love with her.
What really happened?
Hold on, let me
to
say
her?
this, Trelly, and then I'm gonna shut up.
Next
I'm
time,
gonna be a
won't
fan.
you save
I'm old
me?
and dusty, right? I had pictures of her in my locker when I was little, so I don't want to disrespect her. But I remember Dame saying that he didn't really want to fuck with R. Kelly. He wasn't in the videos. Remember? He wasn't when Jay-Z. He specifically like, nah, I ain't fucking with it, right?
I remember that.
I remember too.
And that's why I never really understood. I'm like, all right, cool. You knew your man's fuck with her. What was it like? How did Dame Dash end up falling in love with her?
He did though. He was definitely in love.
They met at a party. They had conversation. Shit happened. Shit happens.
Living.
You get to
Shit
know
happens.
people. Shit happens. You get to know people and shit happens. Niggas take bitches from their niggas all the time.
Who's singing?
Especially when your man know that you're doing that girl dirty. Please, you better be careful.
I just watched some shit yesterday. They asked R. Kelly. They said, "So do you like teenage girls?" He said, "What's a teenager?"
You know what? Y'all know teenager is something that you should not touch, bitch. Y'all know the age limits. And I think a lot of times niggas be pushing that. They be pushing that shit.
Word on the street, that nigga said 18 and over, bend her over. You hear me?
That's not funny, Bax. Like, I'm not gonna condone that behavior.
That's not even funny. That is
Bax
not
said
funny.
we
That
will
is so
fuck.
crude.
You know, at one point when Nas and Jay were still beefing, Nas went on radio to say, like, you can't tell me that Jay wasn't around, you know, when one of them little girls was sitting on R. Kelly's lap or something.
Yes, all of them. Yes.
Verbatim, but yes.
All of these niggas in the industry. Women, too.
A lot of them was on that island with Epstein, too.
A lot. Let's not forget about them actors, Olivia. You right as fuck.
It's not only the music industry.
It's the actors, too. It's everywhere. It's Hollywood, period.
Hollywood.
Period. Hollywood is crazy.
And politicians. Let's not forget about the political room.
Politics for sure.
Best of both worlds. Nah, I remember when they did that album. They did a whole Best of Both Worlds album.
That flopped as fuck, and they fell out.
They maced them. You got a mace. That shit runs deep between them two.
Of course, they said that Aaliyah, you know, the reason why her and R. Kelly got married is because Aaliyah was pregnant. Do y'all know they're still saying that it is an alleged daughter? Of course, you know, when she threatened to leave Black Ground and do her stuff with Timberland and Missy Elliott, and she did the video shoot for Rock the Boat, Barry Hankerman came out with a contract, made her sign it, saying that he's not responsible for anything that happens to her or her crew during the video shoot in the Bahamas. Welcome to Trash Talk Alley. Let's get the content.
So, the rumor mill, like, after Biggie died, Puffy's still on the top, huh?
Puffy didn't slow down.
Got bigger.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? After Whitney died, Clive Davis still on top. When Aaliyah dies, I was with Barry when Aaliyah died for a wrongful death. He got paid $90 million for her death. Am I supposed to say that on TV? Sue me. I ain't got nothing. I was with him on the negotiations. You know what I'm saying? Black Ground Records. He's married to Gladys Knight.
Wow.
So he had Timberland, Genuine, Missy Elliott, and Aaliyah is his niece. So he got a settlement for $90 million for her death.
Oh, y'all heard? Look, let me tell y'all something. I mean, I heard him mention Genuine. Even her and what was going on with Aaliyah and just everybody? It was like just beef and shit with her and Genuine. He even came out, you know, recently with just his thoughts about everything, and people in the comments talking about I sound like Kiki. I've heard that before. Y'all are crazy. I love y'all so much. $90 million is a lot of fucking money. I'm telling y'all.
Hush money.
That's money. I believe that his Aaliyah's family got some of that for shutting the fuck up.
And they also got R. Kelly's rights to his music, right? Isn't his catalog? Didn't they get that as well? Don't the Hortons own R. Kelly's music?
Girl, stop playing with me. Do they?
Look into that.
Yeah, they said
Child.
like the first 3 albums they gave him after that marriage thing.
I know y'all lying.
Yeah, after the whole marriage situation, remember they had to get it annulled or whatever. Yeah, apparently that they own his music.
I'm telling y'all, shit be crazy in Hollywood. I'm a believer, I don't believe. I don't care if y'all say I wear my tinfoil hat, I do.
Make it out.
But a lot of people want to speak about that. You know, like it's really sensitive to a lot of people. But Kanye might be okay. Let me back down. He might be
right.
a little bit.
Because I know
let
where
me
you're
back down. He might be.
We can't say he's not. You know.
On some levels, Olivia, I don't think he's crazy. When he telling y'all, when he come out with those, they can't control me, they control. He not crazy. He know who the fuck they is. Okay,
Yeah, they all know about that.
Yeah, Kanye know who they is. Sometimes he might be off his meds, but Kanye West is not. He's not crazy. I mean,
somebody put it in the chat, Illuminati, exactly. Tupac, that was the name of his
Tupac
last
Ben
album,
told y'all
Illuminati.
bitches.
He been was saying.
He been. He said kill him though. Kill.
And he said the dude was trying to fuck him.
Kill Illuminati is what the fuck he was saying.
I mean, yeah, I think it was Quincy.
Kill Illuminati.
They own this.
Shit, that nigga say run quick, bitch. He told y'all bitches to run quick. See who?
Dr. Dre. He was said like Dr. Dre used to have women and men upstairs while he was recording.
Did he too? Shit. All them. I think a lot of people in Hollywood, they do a whole lot of shit. A whole lot of rituals are going on in Hollywood, and I mean that's what they do. Shit, they still drinking baby blood and doing all kind of weird shit. That's just me, bitch. I will wake it up in a heartbeat. That's just me. That's how I feel. I believe all of that shit, and it's in movies. They tell y'all the shit. It's right there. It's for you guys. Like, I don't know if y'all watch American Horror Story, but my favorite one was with the witches. Okay, that shit was deep. That bitch was putting on fucking blood on her face. Baby
gotta
blood.
Watch Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh, girl, Eyes Wide Shut was crazy as fuck. When they leave their bodies.
The guy that made it is dead because first of all, they had to ask him.
You fucking lying.
They asked him multiple times not to put too much of the truth, and he put a little. Like if you watch it, everything that we talking about, they were showing a lot of that in the show. But he was gonna speak, and he ended up dying. The guy that created it. So yeah, Eyes Wide Shut. It's about exactly what we're talking about.
The sex
get what I'm
rituals
saying?
and shit they be doing.
The secret society, the rituals that they do. That like you have. They're going
talk
up to
about
you,
it.
telling you that you got to keep it quiet or this and that. And what else did they do? Fake. Somebody died and they showed you how they the
whole movie.
Yeah, they showed you how they fucking not fake somebody's death, but they get you how you live. So if they know you for doing drugs, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna find you drugged up or overdosed somewhere. You get what I'm saying?
Where can I find that?
It's just called Eyes Wide Shut.
I think it may be on Netflix.
I don't think it's on Netflix.
It's not no more?
You may have to pay for it. You may have to rent it because I did.
Yeah, because they don't want y'all to see that shit. You're going to have to pay for that content.
So you're going to have to pay because I paid for sure. I think I got mine on Amazon.
I just checked it on Netflix, and then you can rent it on Vudu.
I thought Netflix, yeah.
It's on Netflix?
I thought so, yeah.
Say less.
He died the same year that movie came out, too.
Exactly. Yeah, because he did a lot and they had to cut scenes because they was like, nah, nigga, this too much. Like too much of the truth. You get what I'm saying? So just watch it, Eyes Wide Shut. Like
oh, and Olivia, behind her eyes. Did you see that?
Everybody keeps telling me about that. No, thank you. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, behind her eyes, they're gonna tell y'all how to travel. They be traveling, girl. Like that movie there is crazy.
That's a fact. I know they be traveling.
If they only knew Aaliyah was the one, she is still the queen, bitch.
Here we go like that. Yeah.
If you mad, just say that. Trelly Trail got this bit on live inside of Trash Talk Alley.
Here we go like that.
If your girl only knew that you was trying to get in me, what would she do?
Let's go, Aaliyah! Y'all vibe out.
That you was
course, before I go, I gotta play the last song. This song still brings tears to my eyes. I remember what I was doing when I found out about her death. I was at work at the radio station, y'all, relieving somebody from their job, and he was crying. We was all crying. Aaliyah, you are still a queen, my love. Rest in peace. Let's go. Period. And check it out. Me and Olivia, we're going to be covering some more dope shit, right, Olivia?
Yes,
we got to get into this
girl. Shit. I'll send you a list. We can talk. We got this.
I love y'all so much. I love you. Thank you, Opinionated, Olivia, Jules, DeAndre, DJ G's, Hocus. I love you so much. Aaliyah, Jay, Ivy, Credit, Lulu, Astronomy, Cypher, Coach, Crispy, and everybody else in the building, house members. If you're not a part of the house, y'all, I approve everybody's shit. I ain't got nothing to hide. Like, get up in the house. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being a part of something that means a lot to me. What really happened to Aaliyah. And I think it's so much more to cover. And I'll see y'all next time. Make sure you join my podcast. Streaming live on iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, and Amazon. And go like my last video, bitch, on my Instagram, because I'm monetized, bitch. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being a part of Trash Talk Alley. I'm out. Gotta go hit this carpool line, baby.
Dope room, Charlie.
Trelly Trail had this joint bussin'. Tune in tomorrow for more smoke live on Trash Talk Alley.